8 hours in sour cream and then just pulls it out and fries and puts flour and fries it.
You're just the worst. I can't turn mics on around you. You're just babbling.
It's so good, though.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to like turn the mics on because the song is ending, and you're like, "And the linguine. Let me tell you how we prepare the linguine."
He's got me, man. God damn, he got me.
So then I turn your mics off, and then back on, and the fucking clams. What you gotta do with the clams? Holy fuck!
What he does with the clams is amazing, though. It's science, Opie.
I was enjoying the conversation. Well, we got to start the radio show.
Oh, yeah.
Paul McCartney and Wings, Band on the Run. The album came out in 1973. Any Wings fans among us?
Oh, I love Hot Wings, man.
I played Jet because Band on the Run is a little slower.
That was a good song.
Do you like Paul McCartney and Wings?
Of course.
All right. We got Sherrod Small and the Mad Cuban.
Hello.
And they were discussing Rich Voss taking advantage of the invite.
The free food?
Yeah. The last time the Mad Cuban was in, it was you two.
Yeah.
And it was also Rich Voss.
Yeah.
And then you made the mistake of telling Voss, you got to come to my restaurant.
He got there in less than 24 hours later.
Voss doesn't fuck around. If you say, hey, you got to come to whatever, he's there the next day.
Yes.
And that's what he did. He came the next day, right?
Carl? What an eating machine.
He was
really?
He went in starving, so I know him.
Full Jew.
I saw
He rubbed food in his yarmulke and left.
I saw the table. I mean, how
There
many
it is.
entrees?
Jesus.
How many entrees did you put out for him?
I gave him the best stuff that we can do. I wanted him to really try. I mean, he's got a great palate, and his wife,
Bonnie, yes, it's great.
she's so nice. I don't know what
You said that you think she hates him.
I didn't get a great feeling.
You had a feeling that Bonnie doesn't like Rich?
I go to a lot of tables. I go to a lot of tables, and I have to figure them out pretty quick.
Right.
Were they at least talking?
I mean, they didn't look like. I mean,
because
at one point they high-fived each other like a sporting event. Like, hey, pal.
Oh, because Voss, got a free meal for everybody.
She's really, really nice. Bonnie
really nice. And they're both nice.
Then I look her up. She's actually the famous one.
Oh, yeah. She's the breadwinner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By far.
You didn't know that going into this whole thing?
No, I don't know. Okay. I'm stuck in the kitchen. How do I know?
But were they talking? I asked that.
You know what? In all fairness, they had none of because I was hovering over the table the whole time.
Yeah, I heard it was packed in there too. You son of a bitch!
It's a busy little restaurant.
Yeah,
he doesn't have a lot of tables, and he's got fame on his side.
Yeah.
This Carl, the Mad Cuban, is he's famous. I got to ask you about the small talk at tables. It drives me and my wife nuts. We'll go to a restaurant and we'll look around the room and no one's talking.
Well, that's
what is that about? Is it that they just fucking hate each other because they've been married for too long, or were they never meant to be?
Oh, the food's so good. Maybe the food's so good.
They don't even look at each other. They order meals. It's usually in a relatively nice restaurant, and then they just sit there and eat their meals. They might as well be by themselves.
I do 2,000 people a week.
Yeah.
In a very wealthy New Jersey town.
Right. Ooh, I heard about it. I can't drive through it or something.
These people can't stand each other.
Oh, really?
They hate. The wife's like 35.
Yeah.
Probably got like 9 affairs under her belt.
Right.
You know what I mean? Jesus. The guy's sneaky banging some secretary somewhere in Midtown. It's a mess.
Really?
It's a mess. And they come in and I just have to carry the dinner. You know what I mean?
Why would you say this on a radio show that's semi-popular?
What do you mean?
I don't know. They might be listening.
But they know they got no love in their life anymore.
I didn't say any names. I didn't call my boy Craig or nothing.
Yeah, Craig and Marsha. And
Are you watching everybody at the Chatham Hunt Club?
but you see a lot of these couples, they're not really communicating with each other.
Never in a million years.
What is that about, man?
You got to see, on Thursdays in the summer.
Yeah.
The wives go to the shore house on Thursday. So then the guys go down after work on Friday. So they come to the restaurant by themselves.
Yeah.
Fucking happiest fucking people ever seen. They're fucking wearing all their best golf gear. You know what I mean? Like $300 worth of FootJoy fucking wind fleeces. Oh, give me 3 meatballs, Carl. Fucking Jiminy Crickets. Oh, Jesus. Wow, this is great.
And now they're chatting up a storm, right?
Yeah, they're all fucking looking at each other. Trump.
Good old Trump.
Holy shit.
Trump Trump tweeting about SNL, Trump tweeting about China.
He's on fire. He loves that tweet.
He is on
He
fire.
fucked in 3 weeks. He killed Castro. Got my vote.
That's right. Kill Castro. That's right. A victory. Killed a 90-year-old man.
I tweeted an article that Piers Morgan did on Trump and his tweeting. And basically, he's one of these guys going, Trump should never stop tweeting. It's what got him to where he is today.
Trump said until the media, covers him in the right way, he's going to keep tweeting.
Well, they'll never cover him in the right way. We know that.
No, what's the right way? Everything he wants to say? No. Twitter's what's
Sherrod, the New York Times has 680,000 people that subscribe or whatever, right? He's got how many million on Twitter?
16 million on Twitter and just as much on Facebook.
Rinky dink. That's like a want ad for him.
It's like pigeon. It's like tying a note to a pigeon's leg.
It's like, what do you want to go on Craigslist and say what you're going to say?
Yeah, he's doing it himself. Like Twitter changed the game.
He changed the game.
And it's working out for him. So, what is the headline in the Daily Mail article? I enjoyed the article. And then, of course, because I retweet something by Piers Morgan, then everyone comes out of the woodwork. Fuck Piers Morgan.
Yeah, they do hate him.
Because of the gun thing, mostly.
What's that dumb accent?
I actually enjoyed Piers Morgan.
He's a little bandwagony, though.
Beat it with that dumb accent, you red coat. We don't need your advice.
You didn't like him?
I don't like any British dude over here telling us what to do.
Well,
that's how we got into this whole fucking thing.
I bet he's a Cowboy fan now, too.
Well, you got Trevor Noah doing the same thing. He's telling us what to do.
I agree. Go back to South Africa, man.
All right.
Tired of these foreigners coming over here taking our jobs.
That's it.
I enjoyed watching Piers Morgan on CNN. And then he left, and what do they got in the place? Anderson Cooper? What?
I believe it's Don Lemon.
Don Lemon, a good old American boy.
He's just all right, though.
Ever since that dumb bitch came over here talking about you are the weakest link. I'm like, what are we? Then Simon and there's a whole bunch of Brits came over here. I'm tired of it.
I
agree with you.
Beat it.
Piers would start debate and get people talking, and people would get mad. It was good TV.
He did rile people up.
It was good TV. I like that.
CNN should hire Arsenio.
Arsenio? I would watch that.
It was the best show I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Arsenio was the best.
Oh, he was great.
He got billed the election.
What?
Oh yeah, when he played the saxophone.
Yes,
and then he brought on He's
the first guy to put presidents and do what they wanted to do.
He brought Farrakhan on. That was the end of that.
and then he
went a little too far.
They took him right off there.
He was getting a little too cocky.
Once you see that little bow tie show up, you better run, white devil.
But yeah, you're right. Arsenio put on Clinton in more of a pop culture place. Before that, presidents really weren't doing much pop culture. Although Richard Nixon did that show, Sakatumi.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Bing Bang Boom.
Richard Nixon was
what show was the name of the show?
Laughing.
God, I was blacking out.
So, I mean, it wasn't the first time someone did more of a pop culture thing, but in general, they didn't do that.
And Laughing was tit and ass, too.
Tits and ass. Goldie
and the
Hawn.
president was on there.
Yeah.
Goldie Hawn was a hot bitch.
Yeah.
She still is hot.
I'll still give it to her.
Now she's rich.
Huh?
And now she's rich, too.
What's wrong with your voice, Sherrod?
I got, I was out doing shows all weekend, running in and out of clubs.
Running in.
And now my voice is shot, nigga.
Were you sick all weekend?
Not really sick, but I got a sore throat and my neck was hurting. But
right. Well, I got a little something too. So maybe you got me sick or I got you sick.
I think you got me sick.
I got a little lower gut fucking problem.
The white man with his fucking blankets. I took a blanket from Opie and had smallpox on it. I trusted him.
You want to see what I look like on Saturday morning?
Yeah.
I can't even believe I'm here today.
Oh!
Holy shit.
I don't even know if I want to fucking Instagram that one.
What?
Wow, you're not even going to make fun of me. You feel that bad.
Money, you look dead in that fucking picture.
That's your Elvis picture.
What?
I woke up with both eyes pretty much shut, closed.
What was it reaction from?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm an allergic boy.
Holy shit.
And there's my daughter putting an ice pop on one of the eyes. She thought maybe if she put a little ice on it, I would be back to normal in a few minutes. I'm like, no, this one's going to take a little time. Yeah, I don't even want to tweet the picture out. It's so bad.
Yeah, that was Saturday morning?
Don't tweet it out.
Saturday morning.
So Friday, did you feel sick?
Friday, I didn't feel right. I walked home with Vic Henley and Florentine. We were feeling it, so we walked a little bit. And then I was like, man, I don't feel right. And then I went home, and then right before I went to bed, I just started itching my right eye just a little bit.
That's it.
And I was like,
yeah, poop on that finger.
He did.
Well, I think it's leftover dog hair from going to my brother's house.
You allergic to dogs?
Really allergic to dogs.
Dander?
And I'm more allergic to cats, and he has both. So when I go to his house, and I love his family, and it was Thanksgiving, I don't sit on anything because I'm so fucking paranoid, and I have to go outside within less than an hour because I start feeling my lungs getting really heavy. So then I got to go outside for the rest of the time. But my kids and my wife, they're not allergic to shit, so they're rolling around with kids and dogs and cats.
You can't do it.
And then you touch them too. Yeah,
well,
that's
and
what it was.
then we all go home eventually, and my wife's aware enough to wash everything, but I just think there's some dander still in the fucking house.
Opie, take it from me. You get to a point in life where you just can't hang out with poor people anymore. I don't, because their houses are fucked up.
You can't do it.
They live like they're outside.
They're animals, these people.
I go to other rich people's houses. I'm great.
Yes.
Little chamomile, everything's perfect.
Rich people have pets, though.
Who seem to cleaned everything real nice before we got there.
Yeah, their pets get cleaned every day.
The guest bathroom's mint.
Yeah. They're so rich they don't get
poor people
allergies to
dangerous
to dogs and cats.
Did you Benadryl your way out of that? How did you get out of that?
Bro, then I had to go down for my mother-in-law's birthday.
Saturday?
Yep.
This motherfucker trying to kill himself.
Why don't you just go to a soup kitchen and start giving food out?
This is how I woke up like this Saturday morning, and then we had to get in the car a few hours later. My wife, beyond cool, she's like, "You could stay home," and I'm like, I was kind of looking forward to it.
Right.
And it was a really nice old place. I forgot the name of it. Somebody tweeted me because they saw me there. I don't know if they saw me like this. And then we were going to Storybook Land for the kids, and the sand and the lights and the
What the fuck?
Go to the Four Seasons.
So I go, look, we're going to stay down there. So let me at least drive down. And then if I'm really bad, I'll just stay in the hotel. But at least I'm sort of in the area and I can help out a little bit. Because it's a nightmare to go on the road with two kids.
Yeah, by yourself.
And then I popped some Allegra D, some eye drops, prescription eye drops, some kind of like Beano stuff for my stomach. Because according to Dr. Steve, he says it's the foam from the beans.
What?
When you get lower gas pain.
Oh, that's what.
Sometimes it's gas, and you could pass it easy. Sometimes he says it's foam, and you can't get that shit out of your gut quickly. So it takes a little more time.
That's why you need an antacid. And
then the asshole goes, "You're too rich to be eating beans." What the fuck does that mean?
That's what I'm telling you.
I love beans.
You can't go to poor people's houses anymore. I canceled all my poor friends a couple years ago. I feel great.
What does that mean?
You can't eat beans?
Cancel. You literally, I'm at the point where I'll tax return you. Like, how you doing? Like, just by your street. Where are you? Oh, yeah.
Martin Luther King Boulevard.
No, sorry, man.
I'm going to read this exact text because I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, cut the shit on the fucking beans. You're rich. You can eat what you want. What's wrong with beans?
Yeah, what's wrong with you can't eat beans?
And then he goes,
have you ever seen like a Grey Poupon? There's no beans in a commercial. When there's so wealthy people eating, you see them eating beans.
So what about Mexican food? It's all beans. So all that's poor people food?
So
the only rich Mexican lives here. And he ain't eating beans.
You don't eat beans.
I dare you to give Carlson beans. He'll shoot you.
So then we get to Storybook Land. So it's cold, and I'm kind of miserable. I'm not going to lie to you. But I'm trying to be a trooper because my kids are beyond excited.
Right.
And then I got to go on some of those kids' rides that just go round and round in like a short little circle.
Hell.
And I got off one of them, and I don't get sick on rides, really. I was miserable. I'm like, wow, now I'm dizzy on top of everything else.
Were you nauseous?
I didn't puke or anything, but I didn't feel right for a while.
They didn't do it. My wife got a Groupon for a vacation when she wanted to be like normal people.
Yeah.
And we went to Pennsylvania, some Groupon, some like ranch shit.
Like a dude ranch?
Whatever. So we pull up to our cabin. There, I thought it was a fucking dog. It was a moth that was stuck to the screen. I was like, that looks like a dog, like a flying dog. I'm out of here. I didn't even go in.
Well, you don't like the outdoors there?
No.
Why?
You don't like
it's fucking dangerous.
You don't like big bugs?
No, I don't like big bugs.
You don't like going into
Cuban.
I was Cuban.
What do you mean you was Cuban?
300,000 ago.
You gave it up?
No way. Fuck that.
You walked it off?
So what do you tell people you're Italian now?
No, I tell them I'm Jewish. It's easier.
I can see that.
Mazel.
I'm a big fan of one of those like cabins or motels on the side of the road where there's only one door.
Yeah.
And you open that door, and then you turn on the lights, and you see all the big motherfucking bugs in the corner.
That's murder.
And then
Murder town.
And then you squash as many as you can. You go to bed and hope you don't wake up with a bug bite.
Well, that's why you look all fucked up when
Brings back memories because that's all we could afford when we were growing up.
Yeah,
a little motel on the side of the road. Anyway, so then I made it to dinner, And then they had other shit, like go to the bar and all this stuff. And I popped Benadryl because I knew as soon as I did the Benadryl, game over. Oh. And then I got ridiculously loopy.
Right.
Because I wasn't eating much. And then, but then it cleared up the face quickly. But I couldn't take the Benadryl until I knew everyone was settled
You
for
were
the,
out
for the
in
night.
the world with your face looking like that? How about you took the Benadryl from before you left the house?
And then getting recognized and praying people didn't want pictures this time around.
Oh, my. What?
Yeah.
No, that's not.
Because then they post these pictures and go, well, what the fuck?
He's dying. He's dying.
This is how I was looking a little later in the day. Almost.
Okay, your eyes still look like
little prize fighter, like, right?
Yeah.
Took a couple shots.
But 2 days later, totally fine.
Wow.
With the gut, probably 90%.
I bet you. But you were in your house, right?
Yeah. What do you mean?
It.
No, it happened in my house.
No, it
I
happened
left
at a
my
poor
house.
person's house.
Yeah,
Then he came home.
You brought some poverty to your house.
Yeah, airborne poverty. Airborne.
Poverty's airborne.
Yeah.
You could smell it.
My brother does all right.
Come to Passaic, New Jersey, where I grew up. You could smell the poverty.
Yeah,
I smell it in the air.
I
think
that and enchiladas.
It was the owner of FH Riley's in the heart of Huntington Village,
Great
400 New
restaurant.
York Avenue.
Great restaurant.
Actually, you and my brother would get along swimmingly.
I've eaten there. I eat there a lot when I used to go with Guy. There's a bookstore there.
Book review.
Crazy bookstore.
Yeah, it's
everybody
one of those,
goes there.
Yeah, it's one of those rare. It's one of those bookstores that every single celebrity does book signings. There's only a few left that they make the circuit.
My buddy lives in Huntington, rich as fuck. He removes the asbestos from schools and shit. Talk about gouge the shit out of the city. It's awesome shit. It's like $1,000 for a clipboard. It's unbelievable. I'm in love with his business. It's so bad, right? So we meet at Riley's because I'm not sitting at book signing looking at these giant women that smell like smoked salmon talking about Flavor Town. Fucking this, I'm out.
Yeah.
So I sit across the street and I eat there. Good hamburger. Very good.
He does a very good job.
Does a very good job.
I'm starving.
He's opening up a second restaurant very, very soon. Well,
I wish it was
another
more
month
expensive.
or two, probably.
Because my buddy pays. I was like, charging
really?
$1,000.
You should talk to my brother though.
It's
man.
not that expensive for what you get. The quality you get, it's really, really
Tell him
low.
that.
He's got to raise the prices. People pay.
What's the name of the place?
FH Riley's. He really,
Nice
really
little
does
outside
a great
to
job.
sit too.
You know what's weird? He's got so many regulars that in the beginning, thanks to this show.
Nice.
Thanks to this show, we were able to get people in the door.
Right.
And then my brother's talent, kept them. And then it got to the point he doesn't need me to do any, promotion for him over there anymore because he's got so many regulars. But maybe he needs to fucking pop the prices there, Carl.
There's one thing I'll tell you about the restaurant business. The people that make it sometimes will end up killing it at the end. When you get all these regulars,
right?
Then they're in the restaurant business all of a sudden. They want to tell you what to do, right? They weren't there when you were asking your brother for money to open the motherfucker, right? But now they're there. So you got to fight it. You got to keep new and fresh and just the regulars will come.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they don't have good advice. You know why? Because you can't go talk to them at their restaurant, can you? They don't fucking got one.
So you take it with a grain of salt. You take this, yeah.
I just tell people all the time, I'm like, that's good. Do you do that at your restaurant? I don't have one. Finish your fucking pasta, will you?
I got one inside. Question for you, then we can move on to other shit. Is it hard to take an item off the menu? Because when I go to like some of my favorite places and they get rid of a dish, it drives me nuts.
That you love, yeah.
And I don't want to order anything else because
Well,
I go to that restaurant for that particular dish.
So what that's what wealthy people freak out, right? When things are removed because they treat restaurants different. Poor people go to restaurants like, oh, that's all. I'll try something else. I'm just happy that I'm not at home.
Right.
I'm happy this place has fucking electricity. You know what I mean? But when you're wealthy, you treat it like your dining room. Like,
why
is the asparagus so fucking small today? I hate it here, right? So what you do is it's stages. You take it off the menu and then you move it to the specials board.
Okay.
Right?
So you still have it available.
Purgatory, right?
Okay.
So you keep it there. Then after that starts to wane down, you take it off the specials board, but you keep the ingredients.
Just in case
for a couple of weeks.
Genius.
And then that's it. And then you wean that wealthy person off of it.
Yeah, and they don't know.
Like heroin.
They'll forget.
Right, because then they won't see it on the menu, and then they'll keep ordering it for a couple of weeks because then they think they're fucking special.
Right.
They still make it for me.
Right.
That fucking asshole.
Right.
Right. And then once that, then he'll kind of get weird and look
try
at the
other
menu
things.
every day because he probably didn't look at the menu for the last 5 years. You know what I mean?
Because he kept ordering the same thing.
Then you get her off there, specials board. He'll start looking at the menu, be like, you know what? I want to try the lamb saddle today, and then boom, let's go.
All right.
See, but that's the exact reaction that you get.
It was a nice red snapper dish and a nice red sauce.
You probably could
with
still
olives,
order it.
with green olives. And
First of all,
stuff.
we're in New York. Red snapper is only seasonal here for 4.5 weeks, so the rest of the time you're eating some other shit.
Like some frozen ass fish,
Probably orange roughy.
orange roughy.
And they pass it off as red snapper?
Red snapper is the most substituted fish in the restaurant business. Chances are 90% of the time you're not eating anything close to a fucking red snapper.
How did they get away with that?
Because they're liars.
Why is nobody cracking down on these sons of bitches?
Because no one's checking up
Nobody
on
set it
them.
up. Red snapper.
Tell them about the some of that other stuff. Like scallops, a lot of times are fake.
Scallops.
What do you mean?
Well, here's the thing with scallops, right? Scallops.
This is about to make me angry.
Watch this. When you go to a place, the scallops should be dry scallops, right? And I'll tell you why. The United States, whatever that controls the food, they allow
FDA.
you. The FDA allows you to put fucking shit in food, especially seafood. It's like the Wild West.
Right.
So you could put a solution into scallops and it plumps them up. It's like a preservative. So if you get a wet scallop, you'll know it. It doesn't sear on the top.
Right.
And it kind of leaks, gives you that little milk on the plate.
Right.
Yeah. Throw that against the window. Garbage.
Because that's the one that got pumped up with shit?
Pumped up. It's like steroids for fish.
Just to make it look good on the plate.
Yeah. But you're eating a fucking solution. You'll be thirsty for a week.
Oh my!
Eating a fucking sea. It's like eating a beef jerky.
Oh fuck!
Yeah. I'm here to help,
hilarious.
guys.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Carl the Mad Cuban, who also, your picture that you sent me today was hilarious. I put it on Instagram, and I obviously gave you credit for it because you found it. I didn't see that picture anywhere else.
They tried to hide this story.
What
Really?
picture? What is it?
Oh, wait
on
till
my
you see the
Instagram,
show.
Opie Radio, and there's a link to Carl's Instagram as well. It's Fidel Castro's funeral.
Right.
And the car broke down.
The car broke down. They had to get out of the car.
And push it?
But wait,
push.
look how creepy the little coffin is, because that's his ashes. It's
Right.
Fucking, they do
Right, it's
everything
tiny.
wrong.
It's like a baby's coffin?
It's
weird.
They have no PR team in that.
It looks like a baby's coffin. They should have had a full coffin because
so weird.
because that's way more impressive if you're showing them off.
He's probably not even dead.
The car that was bringing him around.
Stop. They had to push it.
It broke down.
Look, that's during the parade. They're pushing it.
There you go. Jeep carrying Castro's remains broke down during funeral procession.
Oh, shit.
And then someone else pointed out, is that bulletproof glass for the guy?
Yeah.
Even though he's dead, it looks like bulletproof glass.
Definitely.
You think people would try to shoot the ashes?
Well, what the fuck? I mean, why would you need a glass box around
They're
it?
dressed like toy soldiers, right? What the fuck are they dressed like that for?
Right.
It's like silk. That's like silk. Look at that.
What an amazing picture, though.
Backwards tree
Them
monk.
pushing the truck of the casket is
Amazing.
telling.
That tells you everything,
It
right?
tells you everything.
pretty much what I said.
You do not have your shit together.
All those cool 50 cars they got down there, throw it in one of those cars and take it around.
They had in a fake ass Jeep with no gas.
That was like a G.I. Joe Jeep. That was
Yeah.
like the Jeep when you had as a kid with your G.I. Joe figures.
I think
There's
they-
no money down there.
But they were
no
bringing
gas.
him back to his roots, so I think that's why they did it that way, like old school. They
Yeah.
brought him back to what? The mountains where
to
he...
Santiago de Cuba.
But this is in the
Fucking
city
shithole.
where it broke down.
That's the
This is
city.
paved
Right.
streets.
They were bringing him back to where he began before he started his...
See all those people standing on the
his
street.
rise.
Imagine putting Opie there. You'd be in ICU in a fucking. Oh
What?
my God.
What, they would beat him?
If
What?
one of those Cubans just touch you, Opie, you'd be sick for like 3 months.
What the fuck? I'm not allergic to Cubans.
Oh, I would. Yeah, everyone would be.
Why you think they're not what?
They're not clean.
Bro, if they can't get the Jeep to run.
Nah, they got
Move
good
for fucking
medicine.
Fidel Castro. You think the plumbing and everything? You think that's A-OK over there?
Oh, you mean like sanitation?
Yes, sir.
It's gotta
Just
be
do
all
the
right.
math.
Just do the math.
All I'm asking you is just do the math.
Yeah.
I think I want to go to Cuba with the Mad Cuban. Just to sell them back on it. Like, no, it's fine.
I'm going to get your own camel pack. We're drinking like astronauts walking around.
That would rule to go to Cuba with you.
Yes, and go see some food, eat some food down there.
So I'm better, but you don't sound good.
No, I'm a mess.
Your voice seems a little weak.
My doctor gave me some meds.
What kind of meds?
I don't know, some painkillers.
And are you allowed to do a little of this with your meds?
Oh, yeah, he knows I'm a smoker, so.
So he understands that he's got to make sure everything's going to work together?
Yeah, he's got weed in the office when I go there.
I was such a pussy. I was on Benadryl. I was scared to have a fucking beer.
On Benadryl?
You could drink on Benadryl.
It says on the thing, and I was like, I don't know, I got fucking nervous. But then I also was like, you know what, just get better. What are you doing? Having a few beers with a bloated out face and a shitty stomach.
Rainbow stew is out of the question. Remember Rainbow stew?
Rainbow stew.
A handful of pills. Remember Xbox told us about that? They used to eat rainbow stew in wrestling.
Delicious.
Yes, that sounds delicious. They just take a handful of pills and just eat them. They call it rainbow stew.
I do remember he told us that.
I
forgot about that.
Fantastic.
It was fantastic.
Wrestlers are hardcore motherfuckers, man.
Hey, Carl, do you have to bring your kids to like Storybook Land or any of these other places?
I take my kids nowhere.
How old are they?
11.
They're
What, twins?
The twins. I took them to Disney World. That was a mess.
No, I mean like this time of year. There's a lot of Christmassy things you got.
I'm taking them to my brother's house in D.C. My brother, we're running out of phone chargers at the house. We're gonna go rob him. That rich fuck. He's like the real rich.
Where in D.C. you live?
He lives in Chevy Chase.
Oh, Chevy Chase. Yeah, that's rich. That's big money.
Yeah.
That's big money down in Maryland.
He's a cardiothoracic surgeon, and his wife is an OBGYN trauma surgeon.
God, ain't nothing but money and pussy in that house.
It's awesome living. It's like someone keeps winning a scratch on 5 minutes.
Is the guy ever home though? It sounds like both of them
Never
work.
home. Never home. We got the whole house to ourselves when we're there.
OGBYN trauma surgeon? Okay, now that's who we need to talk to.
She's a colonel.
Right.
In the Navy, she worked on the ship.
Okay.
When those Iraqis would slip on a landmine, she would operate and save the baby.
So she's operating.
What about the pussy? Did you say
the pussy's gone, man? No more pussy. Pussy got shrapnel in it.
I would still hit it.
I would too.
Wait, so she's operating on the babies while they're still inside?
Yeah, she's a machine.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck they do that.
They're super nerds. I mean, when you go out to dinner with them, it's like going out with two fucking speaking spells. Though, like, it's not fun. Like, they have their own jokes. Like,
OBGYN trauma.
Yeah,
fuck.
no joke.
That's no joke.
Johns Hopkins.
Yeah,
she's the real thing.
Yeah, I went to college in Baltimore.
She's a Siberian Jew.
From Siberia?
From Siberia.
What does that mean?
You cockroach, you can't kill her. She's tough as shit. Tough as shit. She'll eat a Molotov cocktail. Fucking gone.
Where did your brother meet her?
They met at Harvard.
Okay, this is a go-getter. This girl is a go-getter.
Yeah, a Siberian Jew.
Yeah,
she doesn't have allergies to pets, huh?
She can live. You can put her in a bag of shit. She'll be perfect the next day.
She'll
have electricity running.
There is nothing natural that can hurt her.
Nothing foreign can kill her.
She's like, the closest thing, like to a Cuban, she's like a superhero.
Nice.
Siberian Jew.
Ruthless.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her. That's right.
Yeah, she's really nice. Really
I know
nice.
She saw some messes though.
She
as far as vaginas go.
Oh my gosh! Can you imagine?
How does she separate from all that tragedy?
It's like she is the sweetest. She calls me for cookie recipes and shit, and I keep like digging like what's going on. I'm like, what's a blown up pussy look like?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I want to hear some of the stories.
She's like 3 times smarter than me.
Yeah.
So she like tricks me into like not asking again and shit. Like she's like a Jedi. You know what I mean?
My nephew's he's going to be a doctor. He's well on his way, and he tells us all the shit he sees. And I'm like, how do you separate yourself?
Oh, it's like
but they look at the science of it. Like, holy, they don't even give a fuck. This person might not make it. They're just amazed by what they're seeing.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that.
My brother fucks people up every Christmas. Like like one of my family members will come and tell him like, I have this, and this, and that. He'll be like, sounds like cancer and a pretty bad one. You should get that checked out. Fucks up the whole Christmas.
Oh my God,
George,
it's like asshole.
So he's just like you, Carl.
He spits it right out.
Just a couple more zeros.
He's Carl with a degree.
That's worse.
Carl with 4 more zeros.
Smarty pants, Carl.
Yeah, we used to play that game on the radio show, and it was not fun after a while. Dude. We used to play What the Hell Is That? And we'd have doctors come in, and then if you had some shit going on, you would tell them, and then they would go in the corner and talk among themselves, and then they would come back pretty sure what they knew what you had pretty much.
Oh, who played that game?
And it all ended with a guy that had something in his mouth, and one doctor tapped out.
Why?
Because he was like, this is just supposed to be fun. Like, you're supposed to have just silly, dumb things wrong with you. And he saw what this guy had in his mouth, and he got my eye contact with me, excuse me, and he tapped out. He's like, I'm done. I'm out. And then the other one, and then the guy knew that the room got weird. He's like, oh, geez, just tell me what it is.
Oh, shit.
And who do I call? And I'm like, oh, my God, this was just supposed to be kind of fun. And then the one guy pretty much said, we think it might be some oral cancer. But good news in the end, it turned out that they were wrong and the guy was totally fine. But for a moment there, the guy was like living thinking he had cancer.
And 2 doctors said this and one ran out the room?
One said, I'm out. He's like, I'm out.
My brother tells me that shit all the time. My brother says, listen, doctors have to keep studying. He's like, all these little down-home doctors, like, they can kill you. You know what I mean? Like, my brother tells me always, go to a teaching hospital. If you don't feel good, go to a teaching hospital. The ideas are fresh. They're still moving.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's like, don't go to that 70-year-old doctor unless you want to know about fucking golf.
Yeah, because he's not learning anything new since 59.
You don't have to.
I'm going to house.
Yeah, exactly.
Teaching hospital. Yeah.
So
go to Columbia.
You trying to say if you go to an older doctor, there's a chance that they're just not up on stuff that could save your life?
You hear them talk, they all turn into vets. It'll be fine. That's that's
Small
how
town.
Labradors are. He'll be fine.
Well,
next thing you know, you're fucking lockjawed in your backyard, dead.
Well, you're not wrong because we've established that I'm bubble boy basically with these allergies. I did the right thing. I went to an allergist in New York. And he just wanted to know about the radio show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what about he's like, take a few of these. And he's just throwing stuff at me. Try this. And then he's like, anyway, you and Anthony. I'm like, dude, seriously, this is a major problem in my life. I needed to take this seriously for
He's like, you're so crazy.
Minutes. Next time we could do this dumb rap.
You got to go to, my brother tells me, teaching hospitals.
Christine Stone! Best fucking music jock on Sirius XM right there outside the fucking studio.
Nice.
And she's got a mouth on her. Maybe we could get her in here to say a thing or two.
Let's see. Let's bring her in here.
You want to see what she's all
see
about?
what Roland, if Roland can use his magic.
Have Christine Stone come in and say hi.
Christine Stone.
But anyway, Carl, so yeah, the guy didn't give a, because he's so bored with his job. He's seen everything. So he's just like, here's some samples. You don't even need I wouldn't even fill a prescription. Here, this is plenty of stuff.
It's fucking dangerous.
What's up, Christine Stone?
What's up, Opie?
I love this girl. I was telling my wife I loved you.
Really?
Yeah, we were listening to you on the way home from Storybook Land over the weekend.
You know I'm on another channel right now, right?
Right now?
Yeah.
You're competing against us?
Sorry.
Oh, shit.
You went and switched everything around. Yeah, I'm on Classic Rewind until 6, so it's just lucky that I was passing by, but...
Are you... Oh, so you got to go back there.
I
wink,
do.
wink, and... Look at him.
So you like your new slot? You look younger already.
I'm settling in. It's all right. Yeah.
Do you still wake up at like 3 in the morning?
So I'm finally sleeping past 6, so I've gained an hour so far. I want to try to get to like 6:45, and I'll be good.
Okay.
But my body is set to wake up in mornings. I did it for
How
12
many
years.
Yeah, 12. Right.
So I've been waking up at 5:15, even though I know I don't have to get up. And so then I force myself. This is too inside, but I'm like, just at least stay in the bed till 6, and then
It's
maybe
adding years to your life.
I agree.
I think so.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That morning drive thing is really rough.
Yeah, I mean, it went down shitty. If it wasn't for that, I think I'd be better off, a little happier with everything went down.
Wait, tell me what time you're on till. Because I really got to
6.
go.
All right.
Oh, see, that's when I'm off.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, we're just really lucky today, I think.
All right. All right. We gotta figure a time when you could come in here.
Yeah, I could put it on autopilot maybe for a few minutes.
And run over. Yeah.
That's what we call it, autopilot.
All right.
Okay.
Christine Stone.
Thanks for having me.
all
Opie.
right.
Good to see you.
All right. She's got to go.
She's a competition now, I hope.
Yeah. Classic Rewind. You can hear her lovely voice.
She's got a great voice.
She wants to make believe that she's live right now.
What? That she's live? Oh.
I can't help myself.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I can't help myself, Carl.
Oh, you blew a spot up.
He just brings people in to kill him.
Christine
Stone.
The music jocks, they could voice a show in like 10 minutes and then they're done. You know, these music jocks don't stick around and listen to the songs.
Why
anymore.
would you? No.
It's kind of great. You can do your whole shift in whatever, a half hour, I would guess.
Wow. How long she's been here?
I don't know. She's got a great voice, though.
Yeah.
What do you got over there, Carl?
I got a chocolate donut. I'm
yeah.
good.
I want you to explain how you make the clams old school. I think the audience will.
Oh, hey, she's back.
Yeah, I got some friends in the studio here, and he manufactures personal lubricant. I thought you might enjoy that.
Oh, yeah, you come to the right place.
Why is it personal lubricant?
I use group stuff.
Why is it?
Yeah, right.
Sliquid.
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 Yeah.
My lube
Silver
says
sliquid.
Sliquid.
And what does it smell like?
I believe it's
Oh my God.
unscented.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it pretty?
That's a nice bottle.
Bring that home to your wife.
And just what do you do with it? It looks
Come
like
on.
Well, that's a whole nother story.
Now I really got to go.
All right. There she goes. Well, you're bringing in the lube.
That's a fancy bottle.
You can talk about that for a little while.
That's the fanciest lube bottle I ever saw in my life.
I don't know. I mean, when you get fancy lube, wouldn't you just
Spin in it? I don't give them no lube. I like to punish.
It's got spray lube?
yeah, spray it?
Yeah, look at that.
Spray it on your hand or something so you could.
Come here, give me a hand, Paul.
I don't get the product.
This thing is like.
Do you understand this, Carl?
I don't use lubes.
No, I mean I understand lube, but I don't understand making it all fancy and shit.
Like this
in a
bottle?
in a perfume bottle.
Yeah, that's why it's for women. This is a woman's lube.
There's nothing on my body that would need a lube.
How's it
What does it feel?
How's it feel, Paul?
Well, that's a good move.
Huh?
It's good.
All right. What does it smell like?
Nothing.
Well, that's a dumb idea.
What you want it to smell like?
Now I'm blowing.
JJ?
I'm blowing up her spot that she's not really live on the radio, and I'm blowing up her friend's lube.
I mean, it's a good lube. Like,
well, give it a Carl.
Carl, try this. Put some of this on your donut.
It looks like a perfume bottle. I don't think you have to make lube better, right, Sherrod?
I mean, I don't need I just need a tube to squeeze it out of.
You see, but that's not going
If
to
you
mask.
need it at all,
That's not going to mask my odors. You want the lube to smell nice.
to make everything all nice.
Yeah, because I got some like.
You got some odors going on,
Well,
Carl?
by the time, you know how hard I have to work to get laid. By the time I get to it, it's gonna be hours. It was hours. I'll be hanging around waiting for you to pass out and shit.
So you need some type of scented lube.
Yeah, something that smells like Big Red.
Should we bring the guy in? Jesus, Carl.
Big Red cinnamon.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the clams, though. The clams,
yeah,
are going to talk about that.
Okay.
Because I think the audience want to hear this. I wanted to hear it.
What? How
you make them old school style.
What kind of clams we talking? And a
Little
nice white wine sauce.
Little necks.
Not some frozen bullshit.
Now, we get their clams from a place in South Jersey.
Right.
Right.
They're just clams.
They
Relax.
got 'em right out of it. No.
All right, relax. They're just clams.
I can't relax, Opie.
Tell him to let him know.
You can't talk like that.
Let him
Relax.
know.
You're not getting special clams. You just
They're not special clams.
You know
They're
what to
better
do with the clams.
Better.
Why are they better?
Because they're newer. Right? Seafood works on a clock.
Well, you're trying to get fresh stuff. I get that.
Yeah, but the idea of fresh is different.
Yeah.
On any tag, and this goes to anybody. It's by the law. Everybody has to know this information.
Okay.
There's a harvest date on any shellfish
Right.
when you buy them. Even if you buy a handful, they have to give you this tag. Not it's illegal. You read on there. You try to stay under 3 days. That's the cleanest. Right? When we say the cleanest, it's the freshest.
Right.
But a supermarket can sell them up to 15 days.
What?
Is that why their stuff is never that great?
Yes, sir.
Because I only go to the supermarket for seafood when I'm desperate.
You don't buy seafoods on sale. You don't buy condoms on sale. You don't buy motorcycle helmets on sale.
Oh, I
And
got
all
another
these
one.
things.
Sushi.
Okay, let's talk.
No, I mean sushi on sale. Or two for one sushi.
Double, 50, 100% off, run.
Or sushi at the Port Authority. That's not good to,
Can I go?
Probably good. You know why? Because it's busy. So when you buy seafood,
Okay.
number one is volume, and number two is price. If
Because they
there's-
have quick turnover on it.
Right. You rather have a cheaper piece of salmon that's newer than a more expensive piece of salmon that's been sitting in a fridge for 3 fucking days.
Right. That
So-
makes sense.
So remember, the quality of the fish is directly correlated to time. It's the opposite of meat, right? So you can age meat 40 days.
Right.
Fish 40 days, you go in a fucking hospital, lights out.
Lights out.
So these clams that you get is from South Jersey.
There's a place.
If you're a responsible restaurant, you're getting very fresh.
Here's the thing.
Clams and seafood.
Here's the thing. What people don't understand, and I tell people, I sell 100 pounds of mussels a day. I'm known for my mussels.
In a red sauce?
Red sauce or white sauce. 100 pounds. I only have 9 tables. I sell 100
That's
pounds.
unbelievable.
A day.
That's unbelievable.
You know what? You know when I was growing up, the mussels were just laying around the beach.
Yeah, you don't want
I
those.
think
There's
no,
seagull shit in them and stuff. But I think you ever see seagull open a mussel? He doesn't do it right away.
What is
Rubs it with his feet. He fucking moves it around.
Right,
Don't
right.
do it. Anything from the ocean that you see on the beach gave the fuck up on living. You know what I mean? Like,
But I'm just
oh, eat
amazed.
this fish on the sand. It gave up.
Carl, I'm amazed that mussels became so popular because
yeah.
I saw them growing up.
Right.
And I don't remember when I was growing up that they were actually being offered in a restaurant.
Mussels are incredible. I opened a restaurant on Prince Edward Island where they come
good.
from, and I learned everything about mussels. And they're probably they're a superfood.
Right.
You know?
A lot of protein.
But here's a couple things with mussels. People need to know. Number one, never put fucking ice on them. Why?
What you mean?
You know when you buy them?
Yeah, they always put them on ice.
Okay, well, they're fucking idiots.
Right.
Because what happens is ice has chlorine in it, right? From an ice machine, right to the tap. When the mussel feels that water, it's going to open. The chlorine's burning the fuck out of the mussel. So it starts to make a pearl. It starts to fidget inside the shell. And that's when you eat them. You're like, oh, they're sandy. It ain't fucking sand. You've been burning this thing alive in the refrigerator for fucking 3 days.
Oh,
So
I didn't know that.
So we wet newspaper with distilled water, and we keep the clams we keep the mussels like that. And then my people are like, these are the best clams in the world. I mean, the best mussels in the world because they're still holding their natural liquid. I'm not torturing to death. So that's number one. Number two.
See, I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah,
known that.
because let me tell you something about seafood. You'll lose a customer for life when you get someone sick on shellfish, or they got that weird like baby diarrhea.
Yeah.
They're not coming back.
I remember when
your body
Judah
reminds you. And your body's like, don't go there.
Right.
I didn't like it there.
Judah Freelander got like mercury poison one time from a sushi place that he loved this place. He was going there all the time.
That's some bad ghetto tuna right there.
And he never went back.
Never went back.
Your body won't let you. It's like when you smell tequila or something, you know, after you got like date rape for the
And he was sick for a week.
Everyone could come up with the liquor they will not touch because they had that bad night.
Well, magnify that by 1,000 with shellfish. I had a French chef that hated me.
Yeah.
My job every day was to check if the oysters were bad or not by eating them.
What's more likely to get you sick? Because I got sick of oysters like a month ago.
Oysters will fucking
They ruined me. I mean, I lost about 8 pounds. That was
Yeah.
a good part of it.
Oh, yeah.
But I was shitting and and vomiting.
Oysters are.
Worse than mussels. They'll get you sick.
I think so. I think because of their size.
Yeah.
And remember, anything with a shell on the outside are the kidneys of the ocean. So everything that has a shell on the outside is cleaning the ocean.
So the bigger the
Bigger the
oysters.
kidney.
Right on. All right. What else?
No, but tell them how you cook you cook those clams. You put them in a pot all
So
day.
I got this little pot, and it has to be the right size, right? So you put the clams in there. Oh, first of all, you got to clean clams before you eat them.
Right.
You know these motherfuckers that like they just throw the clams in there. You're eating dirt sauce, right? Because they have ridges on them. So, some people brush them. That's stupid, right? You're really scaring the fuck out of that clam, right? So you just have to brine them almost. So you take some peppercorns.
What happens if the clam's scared? I got to
What do you
stop
mean?
you.
I don't mean scared. I mean you're abusing the shell of the clam.
And that affects the meat.
Of course it does. Yeah.
Not to a point where you would notice.
You're brushing them. I mean, I'm not brushing them.
Right.
You know, Ricky Iglesias is brushing them. He don't give a fuck.
Right.
You know what I mean? He just stick the brush right into these things, right? So you get a big pot, salted water and ice and peppercorns. You leave the clams in there for 24 hours, and all the dirt just comes right out of them, nice and easy. And then you have a beautiful clam. Perfect. People making lines to eat it. Same clam, just treated different.
Treated different.
You
It
gotta
matters.
It's ocean is another world. It's like fucking Mars. So learn it. You know what I mean?
Wow. So you got to give the
science.
clam some TLC before
Exactly.
you cut them in half.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
I had some bad ones, man. I had some really good ones.
And with clams, the whiter the people, the better the fucking clam. Like if you go to like New Hampshire, like New England, it's fucking unbelievable.
Right.
They have belly clams and pisser clams. I mean, they're the clam whisper. All these fucking New England is unbelievable. All the way up to Maine.
It's fresh clams.
The best.
Now, how do you feel about like clams from like White Castle, like the fried clams?
I love them.
I love them too.
I can't stop eating.
I love them too.
And if they're
Their
cooking
new turkey sandwich with the cranberry sauce is unbelievable.
What are you saying?
They have a turkey burger with cranberry sauce.
Really? Yeah, but if they're cooking up the clams, you're fine. You're
What,
fine.
if they're cooking them up?
White Castle clams are awesome.
Awesome.
You're burning
Awesome.
out a lot of the
Their
shit.
tartar sauce is on point. Too.
So on point. Now, that's poor people food. That's poor shit.
That's the only place I get clams. It kills Long John Silver's.
Yes.
Crushes it.
Yes. Why is it? Because it's
Long
old
John-
school?
Long John's is an embarrassment next to White Castle.
And White Castle had clams for fucking 40 years.
And they can't get it right. I'm telling you. I love clam. I'll go eat fried clams anywhere. White Castle is the best.
It's the best.
Do you like?
It's so
the,
weird.
You like
Latin
the raw
Hawaiian
clams?
punch, I'm good.
You like the raw clams, Carl?
Raw clams, I love.
One of
It's
my favorite things.
Too much of a Russian roulette. You know what I mean? They got to be small because if not, they're chewy.
Yeah, of course.
And they got to be shucked right. If the guy has a dirty knife, like doesn't clean it every time he shucks one,
Right.
then he takes the dirt from one lip and moves it to the other. And,
Yeah.
It's all about the shucking with clams.
I love
And go to a
them.
place you trust. You know?
Well, you gotta go close to the water for that shit.
One of the best clams, again, volume, is, believe it or not, is Nathan's in Brooklyn.
Yes. I love the seafood from Nathan's
Get
too.
a beer. And
Yes.
fucking-
I grew
and
up
you
on
eat
that.
clams better than in a 3-star restaurant.
I agree. I grew up eating that shit. I grew up eating it.
Yeah?
Oh, the best seafood in Coney Island.
The best.
Those fried clams too. They had the
my
clam. Oh my god.
Hey,
Oh, good God Almighty. I'm
I
sorry.
got Sherrod Small and the Mad Cuban Carl in studio today. Before we take a break, this guy wants to ask you about the red snapper. Ryan on Long Island, go ahead.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Yo, Carl, my girl loves red snapper, but now you're telling me she's probably never even fucking had it.
That's
Where and when's the best place for me to take her to get it?
First of all, the price will tell you. If you paid anywhere under $20 for red snapper,
It ain't red snapper.
It ain't red snapper.
All right,
You
right
know,
on.
that fish in real life, if you want to buy it wholesale, it's about $17 a pound.
Wow. Wow.
And each fish is 1.55 pounds. So unless you were in the 40s, you were doing
But
something
maybe this
else.
guy was at a good restaurant.
what time of the year too?
Don't sound like it.
What
Doesn't
time of the
sound
year
like
is the
it?
best time?
She gets it pretty much everywhere we go that offers it. I've had it from like a Colombian place in Park Slope. I
That
had
place
it in,
definitely no.
Oh shit.
Yo, have you ever been to Anthony's in the Runway one in Fort Lauderdale?
Yes, I've been to Anthony's, and that's real ass red snapper there.
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale, let me tell you
She
something.
said that was her favorite, so she probably.
If you want to eat good
probably-
seafood, you go to Aventura, Florida, Fort Lauderdale. Why? Because all the old Jews will watchdog your place, and they know the fucking difference. And they'll
Right.
burn that restaurant down. They'll come in with the walkers with the tennis balls on them, and they'll just jam up your whole place.
Yeah, you need the educated consumer as your best fucking customer.
Those old Jewish New Yorkers are the best foodies in the world.
I agree.
They will complain. They'll do a sit-in. Like
Nice. All right, Ryan, I got to let you go. Look.
Thank you. Love the show, man.
Thanks, buddy. This is turning into a Ask Carl segment.
I love it.
So why don't we take a break? If you got we can do it quick, I guess. If you got questions about restaurants,
We should have them in here cooking. Oh, don't get me cooking this
I
place.
cook all day. I'll make the clams right here.
stop. This fucking guy.
Oh my God!
How many times has he been on the show and he's eating fast food and,
Eating a donut.
and talking about how great he cooks? I want to see it in action. I was going to go to your restaurant yesterday on the way home, but still feeling like shit from
Yeah.
the
Clean up
salad
first.
thing. Yeah, I'll be down there soon. All right, so if you want to ask Carl a question, the phone number's on your unit, I'm sure. Sherrod Small, what do you got, buddy?
Yes, yeah, what I got? Race Wars this week. Make sure you check it out on SoundCloud and iTunes and patreon.com/Race Wars. And yeah, I got a fucking New Year's Eve coming up for Fox. I'll be back out there in Times Square again.
You got the call?
Yeah.
Nice.
We'll see if we can work out the time. But
Dude,
yeah.
you made me watch Fox for hours last year. For hours. For fucking hours. But you got me away from that Cooper Griffin thing,
Oh, yeah.
which was kind of funny the first year, and now it's just stupid.
Oh, yeah, it was only one
Just
year.
dumb shit.
They annoy me.
And then the robot, he just stinks.
What robot?
The guy that took over for Ryan Seacrest.
The robot.
He's horrendous.
Yeah.
So rich.
We smashed some of the same
He's
girls.
so rich.
He's so rich. I still don't know what he did to be that
I don't
rich.
understand it either.
He works hard, though. He always got his face
Work
somewhere.
hard doing what? This
Just
is like,
hosting.
what's his
TV work
talent?
hard, yeah.
Not hosting.
What's his talent? He can't come in here and hang with us. I'm not. Well, yeah, I'll brag a little bit.
I think you're right.
The guy is very smooth and talks within very, very narrow lines.
Yeah.
Can't talk out of the box. He stinks.
And he's one of
millions.
He's one of the producers of that Kardashian show too. Yeah. That's big fucking money for him.
Was that his idea?
He ain't bad.
That was his idea. He came to Chris with that idea and he made the show.
No shit. Well, that's
money.
You got to give him credit for that.
That's EP money.
Obviously, you got to give him credit for that shit. But I think he stinks.
He stinks. He's not like...
And his radio show stinks.
But people love it because all the celebrities go there all the time. They'll talk on there.
But he does like War of the Roses, all these hack radio bits that have been proven to be fake, and he still does them, and no one gives a fuck.
Yeah, it makes you angry.
It drives me nuts. Yes, of course it does. Now you're in my world, Carl.
Yeah, it's like fake snapper.
Let me tell you about shitty radio.
That is...
You can talk about shitty clans all day. I'll talk about shitty radio. Business is filled with them.
Yeah.
Fuck.
How much money he making over?
Millions.
Is he on iHeart?
I think he's an iHeart guy.
Yeah.
I think he's making at least Eric. How much is he making a year?
He's clearing at least $100 million a year.
He's clear for. Tell me for what?
For creating the Kardashians.
That you got to give him that.
Every time it airs, and then he's tied into some of their other stuff too. He had American Idol for the longest time. The radio show is syndicated into like 200-something markets with iHeart.
Right.
He does a bunch of other stuff for E, and like you were saying with CNN now.
He Dick Clarked himself, man. He Dick Clarked in Casey Kasem
He's doing what Carson Daly should have been doing. Like Carson was supposed to be this guy, and then Carson just kind of messed it up or whatever.
I don't think Carson messed it up. I think Carson realized that it's kind of a boring life.
Yeah. He went a different direction with it.
Right. He had a little more, he
hosted The Voice the same way that he did American Idol.
But Carson even looked like Dick Clark, like a young Dick Clark.
Right, yeah.
But Carson made some wrong choices and screwed it up. And
that late night
Ryan
show
came in. He took over. He's
Right.
co-running Dick Clark Productions, with the New Year stuff, the AMAs, all these things. He's got his hands in everything. And even if he's not, and plus he's a good host in the sense of people like looking at him and he can speak. That's it. People feel safe with him, and he's used for everything.
Who gives a fuck about feeling safe watching somebody? It drives me nuts.
$100 million a year.
I know.
You know who's trying to get into that money too? Nick Cannon.
Me?
Nick Cannon's trying to go that direction of Seacrest.
But Nick Cannon has way more personality than Ryan Seacrest.
But Seacrest just
way the fuck more.
But he's wearing a turban.
Yeah,
that is ridiculous.
He does New Year's Eve where everyone around him is fucked up. It's one big party, and he doesn't look like he's part of that.
He's removed.
He's completely removed. Everyone on Fox is pretty much slurring their words by 11 o'clock, and they're enjoying themselves.
Me and him dated a girl at the same time. Me and Ryan.
Really?
Yeah. I used to trash him to her. She'd be like this. He thinks you're funny, but he hates you. It made my fucking life.
So you got to give him the Kardashian thing. You got to give him.
That's big money.
I want to know what he makes of that horrible radio show of his.
It's got to be, what, 20 mil, right?
For the radio show? To do 3-minute fluff interviews?
Oh, no. Hope he's going to go
that's all I had to do?
10 and 20.
Anyone could do a 3-minute fluff interview.
I'm going back to my donut, my business.
He's angry now.
The fuck?
Somewhere between, what, 15 and 20?
Nonsense. Ryan, you stink.
Yeah.
Seacrest has a net worth of $330 million and a salary of $65 million.
And his company produces so much stuff.
Christ. The fuck are we doing?
God, that's money. You could buy a fucking unicorn and shit.
All right, Sherrod, you got your plug in?
Yes.
Carl, what do you got, buddy?
Opening up a new restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Another new one?
Yeah, called Pop's Diner Old School.
Where?
We're doing fried Cinnabon French toast there.
This motherfucker is my downfall.
And we're going to bring the Cadillac burger back.
What's that?
Yeah, what
Just
is that?
Beautiful. We cook it as a bowl and you smash it down. We're going to make our own buns and everything. It's going to be really good.
How many restaurants you own now?
It's going to be 4.
And do you just all day long from restaurant to restaurant?
All day long, just
because you can't trust people.
Just talking to waiters who they think I give a fuck about whatever's happening.
My brother's he's happening. His restaurant's doing really well, but
it's
this
the same amount of
guy,
stress. 1 or 4.
Yeah, this guy can't sit down. There's always a fucking problem.
But this is what I'm saying. There's always a problem, right?
Always.
So just keep opening them. It's you're going to run out of time. You got to go home sooner or later.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So just keep opening them up.
Just keep doing it.
Well, he's opened up his second. You guys got to talk to him. You would love him.
I love him. I love this food. I eat there all the time. I've been there for 6 years since I've been doing things with Guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't even been there.
Carl's told me. Huh? Next time you're out on Long Island, we'll hook you up nice.
Riley's is good, man.
I'll hook you up like he hooked up Voss.
Yeah.
How about that?
I'm bringing a duffel bag to take stuff.
We got to bring Voss. He's good, bro. He can eat.
All right, listen, we're going to take a quick break.
Starving.
If you got questions about restaurants, we're going to talk to Carl. Carl will answer your questions next, right, Carl?
Yeah, unless I don't like them, then I won't.
You got 3 right now, and the phones are starting to ring.
All right.
Ask Carl about food and restaurants and all that shit. We'll do a quick segment on that, and then get into other things. Back with Sherrod Small.
Indeed.
And Carl Rouge, a.k.a. the Mad Cuban.
I mean,
lost a couple restaurant calls.
Okay, good.
Call back in. I want to hear the questions.
Well, we still got a couple on the line, and if anybody else wants to ask Carl a question, he's been in the restaurant business forever.
What percentage, first of all, Carl, do you think people are doing it, like restaurants are doing it wrong? What percentage are getting it all wrong?
90.
90%? Even in like New York City and shit like that?
New York City is the number one offender.
I believe it.
Let me tell you something. New York City has some of the best restaurants in the world. But for the amount of restaurants it has, most of them are shit.
Right.
And can I back that up, Carl?
Yeah.
I live on the Upper West Side.
Oh, Bad Meal Central.
And I can't find a restaurant that I would go to on a regular basis.
I think Brooklyn's better now when it comes to restaurants.
Brooklyn is better because the rents are better.
Right.
Is that what it comes down to?
Listen, if it's costing me $100,000 to rent a fucking space in Manhattan, you think I'm going to listen to the goddamn chef? No, the investors are running that restaurant.
Right.
That's why the food is shit. Buckets. I mean, some rich-ass guy with his 12-year-old new wife, she's like, we got to have tartare on the menu. 9 different, and the fucking everybody's throwing up everywhere.
I can't find just a couple restaurants.
You live in the wasteland
of restaurants, right?
Basically, everyone I know on the Upper East Side just eats out of the bodegas.
Yeah, or
sandwiches made and shit. Or go to the Serafina's and
that's all they got.
Sarah Best puts someone in headlocks for a quarter muffin.
Carl, or it's over the top, too fancy bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm not into that crap either. All right, let me take a call from John in New Jersey. John, what's going on?
Hey, how are you guys?
How's it going?
What's up?
Here you go. This is why it's a little creepy. I personally witnessed this. Some guy walked in, I guess with his secretary or whatever, and he picked out a live lobster, and they came out with like this really fancy basket, and they put it in the basket. They weighed the lobster, and and they took the lobster into the back of the restaurant and put it into a tank directly behind the dining area, and then they went into the freezer.
Land a plane, cuz.
Yeah, no kidding.
Then they went to the freezer and took up the lobster that they actually cooked.
And dude, they took a frozen. They took a frozen one.
What part of Queens were you in?
It was New Jersey.
Oh, worse.
Jersey.
Wait, so what is he saying? When you pick a live lobster, they're not actually cooking that live lobster?
I got a restaurant with a lobster tank.
They took a live lobster from the dining area.
Right.
And they walked around into the kitchen, and then they took the live lobster, put it into a different tank that's in the kitchen.
Right.
It looks just like the other one, so it's still alive.
Yeah, no, I understand.
That's that guy. Let me tell you something, Steve. Right, Steve.
John.
All right, Steve.
Right.
The problem with this is those tanks are like 10 grand, right?
Okay.
So you're telling me this guy spent 20 grand to save $1.25 by giving you a frozen one? Gotta be careful. He's up to something else.
No. Sir, I'm an electrician, right? I was working there.
I get it. Was it an old tank? Because they're a lot of money.
I understand what's going on here. Obviously, this guy doesn't have enough live lobsters, so he's making believe he has live lobsters coming out the ass. So basically, you're picking your Oh, fuck, John.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to help you out. You're boring the shit out of everybody. But go ahead. I mean, you know better. Go ahead,
they pulled the okie doke. They pulled the bait and switch.
Yeah,
a bait and switch.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Johnny. It's your show.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'll sit back.
All he did, he took a live lobster that he paid for, and he got a frozen one.
Right.
He took the live lobster.
Now that you said that for the third time, we get it.
We know.
Yes.
Yeah, don't go there.
So yeah, it was the bait and switch.
The bait and switch.
The okey doke.
Yeah.
He was running amok.
Okay, that's all I wanted to
yeah,
say.
you gotta. What place in New Jersey?
It's all good, John. No worries.
It was a Portuguese restaurant.
Oh,
so is this something you have heard about, Carl?
This is a new one for me. What I've heard them, they just take the lobster back and just let them hang out for a little while. Lobster will hang out outside of the water for a couple days. You know what I mean? So you could just have them just cruise around in the kitchen. It'll be fine.
Right.
It's just a big red roach. Sea roach.
So they just faking like they taking the lobster that they weighed outside.
But listen, you know restaurants. You know the ones that are like this. You got to feel your gut. You know when you walk into a restaurant and everybody looks like they're related and shit, I fucking leave.
Why?
You
don't trust that?
Welcome to Rasuvia. And everybody sounds like, I'm like, you're not Italian. These are all a bunch of Albanians. I'm about to get robbed. Jesus. Like, I mean, if they're lying about who they are, what do you think they're going to do with the food, man? You know, it's just simple. Open an Albanian restaurant. It's probably delicious.
Well, John just happened
I'm just saying, keep it real.
Yeah. John just happened to come upon this because you were doing a job in there, right, John?
Yeah. I was working. I saw, like, it was disgusting because, like, you know, it was all fancy.
Right.
Like, oh, you know what? Let me weigh this thing on a fancy little thing. And then
That's
they
funny.
go around.
All
and
pomp and circumstance.
Right.
So, again, I'm not going to repeat myself.
No, sorry. We love you.
I love you guys.
I love you, John. I love you too. I'm just still pissed off at Ryan Seacrest, and I think I took it out. I think I took it out on you.
$20 million over there.
So please accept my apology. Thank you, John. All right, John in
Thanks,
Jersey.
John.
Let me take another one here. By the way, there's a call coming in that just wants to say, Carl, I love your restaurants. We don't. All right, but those are coming in as well.
Okay.
But we got a ton of people that really have some good questions about what goes on in a restaurant. John in Toronto, go ahead.
Fascinating.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
All right, man.
Toronto, one of my favorite seafood restaurants on the planet is in Toronto. Oyster Boy in Toronto, the best place to eat oysters.
Really?
And then my buddy John Bill.
Is that a gay bar?
Oyster Boy, it's awesome place.
No, that's the Blue Oyster.
Yeah, the Blue Pearl. And then on the other side of Toronto, my buddy John Bill, this place called Honest Weight. It's a fish market that makes food too. John Bill's the man.
Yeah.
In Toronto.
All right, I got a comment and I got a question. First, the comments about the last caller. Fucking guy sounded like Rich Voss with Down syndrome. Fuck. Pulled my eyes out of my head. Holy fuck. Anyway, Carl, how do you tell the difference between real calamari and pig intestine?
Listen.
Is that a big thing, though?
There's 100 ways. Number one, a pig intestine, the way it curls the opposite way of a calamari. So a calamari will curve in, a pig intestine will curl out. But that's inside baseball if they got that far. One is yellow, one is white. Pig intestines aren't white; they're yellow because they got shit running through them for fucking 10 years.
Don't
right?
judge.
So that's another way. And listen, if you're anywhere where you think that's a problem, because most places I know, it's harder to get fucking pig intestines than it is squid.
I agree.
I mean, if you're switching something that's 99 cents a pound, you're a fucking terrorist. You're not even a restaurateur. Like, you know,
is that a thing that's happening though? Is that a thing?
A lot of them are urban myths. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason that. It's only with the super high-end stuff that you have a problem. Caviar and shit. That's where shit gets real.
What do they replace it with?
With cheaper caviar. American caviar.
Can I ask you about bread?
Oh, I love bread.
All right, John, I got to let you go. Thank you from Toronto.
Thanks, guys.
I was down in a restaurant. I'll say Little Italy.
Oh, boy.
And
you don't like down there?
Never ends well.
Little Italy, I've had some good spots.
Okay, go ahead.
Is there one place like down there?
Over the years?
There is a couple.
Okay.
And
Benito 1 and Benito 2 are the best. They're the guy divorced his wife and they opened Benito 2 right across the street. They're the best.
And
so Italian.
Yeah.
And I saw them collecting the bread that people weren't eating on the tables.
Okay, here we go.
Putting it back into a bigger basket or whatever.
Okay.
And then when it was time to get the bread for the next table, they're repicking the bread out of the big basket. And
Old school places do that.
Okay.
Old school places do that. And there's, even in Italy, some places they take it and they make breadcrumbs out of it for when they make meatballs the next day.
Oh, they take it back off the table.
Yeah.
Okay, I can live with that.
But, you know.
Look at Opie's face.
I help people. When I go to a restaurant,
you know what I could do with a bread basket?
When I go to a table, when I go to a restaurant, I do a little.
I'm just taking little pieces, like.
Well, no, yeah, that's what I do.
I'm picking a scab.
When I go to a restaurant and I notice that they're doing shit like that, sometimes I vigilante the bread and I'll mangle the bread basket if I have an idea that they're doing that.
So they can't use yours.
Right. I'm just trying to help my boys out. I'll mangle the bread up.
Yeah. Oh, my brother is texting. He wants in bad right now.
I'm sure he does.
My brother Brett, he's like, next time you have restaurant talk, have me in, fucker.
Wait a minute. So
I didn't know we were going to do this, though.
So restaurants still do this to this day. They still reuse the bread from the tables.
I mean, if you have, I would assume if you have a good eye, maybe you could, figure out which ones were never touched.
Because other people touch your shit anyway, like people who work there.
It happens. What I do at my restaurants is I put the bread in your to-go bag.
Right.
Oh, really?
That's
smart.
People, I get all that shit out of their mind. They're like, I love it here. The motherfucker just gave me the bread.
Right. Be proactive on it.
Proactive.
All right, let's take another call here. God, you got the phones lit. Kevin in Virginia, go ahead.
Yeah, John from Toronto kicks ass for breaking Rich's boss's balls. I just have to say that.
Agreed.
We're all in agreement.
And Carl, we love you on the show, brother.
Thank you, man.
I used to live down in Wilmington, North Carolina, and would go out on my neighbor's boat with him.
Right.
That guy would take oysters right out of the mud, open them up, and eat them right there, and never get sick.
Wow. Well, he's
probably used to it.
He's got that poor person antibodies that they can eat anything. I couldn't eat that. I'd be in a fucking hospital.
He took it right out the mud and ate it, like didn't clean it at all.
And southern oysters are not my thing, bro. They're so big, and any warm water fish scares the fuck out of me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
A lot of parasites.
Like swampy type of.
Right. You want cold water. You don't want something where an alligator's been shitting on your fucking oyster for 2 years.
I like oysters. I just don't like opening them up.
Remember, these things are they're the kidneys of the sea. So if this thing is cleaning up a muddy river, guess what it's doing?
Right. All right, Kevin. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Bob.
All right, where you want to go? We got Greg in South Carolina. Where is the restaurant in Florence for the pork chop sandwich?
I don't know the name. I got to remember the name of that place.
Right.
I'll remember it. I'll tweet it.
What pork chop sandwich?
The best pork chop sandwich in America is in Florence, South Carolina, by far.
Okay. You got to get them to send. You forgot the name of the restaurant?
Bro, they knew I was coming too. They were like on Facebook. I'm going. They're like, we're waiting for you.
They were ready.
They were ready.
How do they make the pork chop? How's it different?
They brine it in applesauce and vinegar.
Juicy as shit, ain't it?
You have no idea.
That's the way to go, huh?
It's unbelievable.
Why are most pork chops fucking dry?
Because they're not dry? Because they don't let a southern fry it. This place in Florence, South Carolina, this lady fried this pork chop. It would blow the doors off of any fried chicken sandwich any day. A perfectly fried pork chop.
Right.
Nothing better.
She left the bone in and all that?
The whole bone was in the sandwich.
That's how you got to do it.
Nice and moist?
Juice, it was almost like apple juice was coming out of it.
Oh, my God. Kill me.
All right, we got a question about Albanians.
I wanted to snort a Lipitor in the bathroom and you know what?
Mitch in Jersey, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to know why are a lot of Albanians opening a lot of Italian restaurants all over the place. There's at least two where my area where I live, and they're shitty. Why is that?
Well, because they're Albanian.
Yeah, why?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Jersey, it's going on a lot. Usually what they do is they take over pizzerias. In all defense of the Albanians, they just want to run a business.
Right.
They take over the pizzerias, and they just keep it, they keep cooking however the place was cooking before.
Right.
But New Jersey has some places like pure Italian places that are unbelievable. E&V's in Patterson is a must-go to anyone that lives in New York or New Jersey.
E&V's.
E&V's, I mean.
Patterson, New Jersey.
Cash only, right in the hood.
Oh, cash only is usually good as hell.
So good.
So good.
So good.
I think my brother's thinks he's on a game show with you. He just texted me, they have to be brined! He's trying to beat you. He's out of his mind right now. I got to get you on with him.
Oh, that'd be great.
My brother's hilarious.
They got to be brined. You're damn right you got to brind.
He's out of his mind that we're doing this without him.
Oh, my God.
Let me take two more. Wow, man.
I'm so hungry.
Pizza with pepperoni under the cheese. I don't know. Let's take Kyle on Long Island. Kyle, go ahead.
How you doing? I've been listening to you guys since I'm in middle school. Fucking 7 years, 8 years now.
Wow.
DAB or so.
Wow.
But anyway, long-time listener. And my mom, you take her out to dinner, and she only eats flounder when it comes to seafood, but she will not eat tilapia. So she always has to ask if the flounder is actually flounder. Is there that big of a difference?
Okay. Tilapia is a sea rat.
But they use it in everything. Even filet of fish at McDonald's is tilapia.
Tilapia is gross.
It's all about how it's prepared. That's how they make it taste good.
Just research tilapia.
It's $2 at the supermarket.
Cause how it goes, how that fish comes to your table. Just do a little research.
Why?
Most of
we have you tell us.
What do you mean?
Most of it comes from China.
Yeah,
the fucking thing's eating Chinese nail clippings and baby shit probably all fucking day.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Just don't eat it. Just spend another $1. Get a regular, a fish without a fucking stripper name. You know what I mean? Just get a salmon or a sea bass or something.
Can I? Thank you, Kyle.
Wow.
Let's stay on Long Island for a second. That's where I'm from. How do you cook bluefish? Okay. I fucking hate bluefish. Can you cook
you
it?
Hate the taste of it?
I love fish, but bluefish I've never enjoyed.
Here's the thing with bluefish.
You got to bleed it out. I've heard of that shit over the years.
That's all bullshit.
Okay.
Okay. Bluefish, the name of it tells you what to do. Across the meat, there's a bloodline that almost looks like blue when you make the fillet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the stink is, the smell is, right? So people try to cook it. The whole fucking thing, like use the whole fillet.
Right.
But only 30% of the bluefish, which is from the gill to halfway down the body, is edible without that smell. But they cook the whole thing, which makes the whole thing smell like a fucking baby goat.
Right.
It's awful. So it's all about knowing.
So you got to chop that part off.
Yeah. It's like you go to Japan, they have the blowfish, they only eat an inch of the tail. The fish is fucking 12 inches long.
Right.
Like, fucking learn, people. You know, I don't care you've been fishing in your shitty boat in Long Island for 100 years. Stop eating a whole fucking fish. What are you, a fucking mermaid?
There's only parts of it. All right.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Definitely not for the
And they're like,
bluefish.
oh, bluefish, I don't like it. Yeah, because your uncle's been smoking a cigarette, frying it in a pan. Tastes awful. Have another Michelob.
My brother's screaming, don't stress the meat. Then he writes, this is killing me. I have strep. I want to roll with this guy. I'm telling you, you guys will get along. Oh, shit. You guys will get along, man. Let's see, maybe a couple more.
Here's a place in Florence, South Carolina.
You nailed it?
Julie Bell's Restaurant.
That sounds like a good southern.
Yeah.
Julie Bell's Restaurant. Lucas Drop in the farmer's market in Florence, South Carolina.
That's a good pork chop sandwich.
I mean, I can't tell you what this pork sandwich looks like. It's the food there is.
They got pictures of it?
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Oh God, please.
Let me while you look at that, let me go to
look at how they
Rich in New York. Rich, go ahead.
That's real southern food.
How you doing, guys?
Let's go to the picture.
Hey, Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a quick story. When I was in high school, I used to be a waiter at a high-end restaurant and in Connecticut. And they used to have these things they put out on the table called relish trays.
All right.
With the vegetables and the bread and all that cheese, meatballs. And as soon as you got them cleared off the table, went right back in the bin, put right back out on the next table that came in.
Wow.
Absolutely disgusting. And I used to do it with meatballs.
No, that's not good.
A lot of these stories, in all defense, a lot of these old school restaurant guys are out.
Yeah,
they don't exist
it was old
anymore.
school high-end restaurant too.
Yeah, these people are all out. Oh, the new people are really self-policing.
Right.
Remember, this is pre-internet, pre-Yelp.
Right.
I mean, you can serve babies, and you know what I mean, and just deny it the next day. I don't know, that wasn't a person. You know what I mean? Like now, it's
thorough.
80% of that shit is gone because most people are coming to your restaurant. They're like little reviewers. They want to catch you doing shit like this.
So who would reserve meatballs to the next table?
20 years ago, probably every fucking restaurant.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, restaurants used to be, like when I grew up, you know, I used to go to restaurants like Beefsteak Charlie's. And
yes. Love
those
those.
were murder scenes.
Beer, wine, and sangria. Oh, yeah. But
like, they were just, I mean, people would get sick left and right. You know what I mean? But it was different. Like, remember those salad bars without sneeze guards and everything? And you had some like little Tibetan prince fucking making pickles and putting them on. It was fucking crazy shit.
I'm a fan of the salad bar.
We were so trusting.
Peel and eat shrimp are one of the. You can't find it anymore.
I'll go into these corner stores and and go right for the salad bar. I don't give a fuck, man.
But look at the salad bars now; they're refrigerated
food,
properly.
Right.
They used to do them with ice, bro.
Yeah, they had no refrigeration.
That's right. Remember? It was like a fucking Russian roulette every day.
Who was in charge back then?
Oh, I think Koch. He didn't give a fuck.
All right, thank you, Rich. God damn.
Who was in charge?
Nobody. You want more on the pork chops? Let's go to Phil in Georgia. He's saying he's an expert on pork.
All right, let's do it.
Phil, go ahead.
Hey, you talking about the pork chops?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, I think people are scared of pork because back in the day, you get trichinosis from undercooked pork. And, these days it's not as much of a concern with the, modern farming operations and all that. But I still think people treat pork like chicken, and they think you can't have it even any pink at all, which, that's fine. But it's a fine line on cooking a pork chop between it being juicy and done and just dried out and like a piece of leather.
Yeah.
Because the biggest part of that chop is the loin, and there's no fat in it, or very little, other than around the edge. So, that's why when you barbecue down here, most people will cook, the Boston butt, which is actually the pork shoulder, but there's fat all in that thing, and man, you can cook that as much as you want.
Right. Just like anything. Now, to talk about trichinosis and stuff like that real quick.
Yeah.
You could pretty much eat anything raw. We have the enzymes as humans to eat almost anything. Fucking, you could eat a bird right out of the fucking sky like a crazy person if you want. You'll be fine. In jail, but fine. But here's the thing.
I've seen that in Central Park a few times.
Oh yeah.
What people don't realize is most food illnesses are because of modern butchery techniques, like chickens. Right. All is getting sick from raw chicken. You could eat a raw chicken if you wanted to, if it was old school. But the way is, they put an air valve into the chicken's mouth, and they blow its asshole out. That's how they process chickens so quickly.
Pump your brakes, brother. Pump your brakes.
Oh, you didn't know that?
They put an air valve in the chicken's mouth and blow the asshole out.
And that's how they clean the inside of the chicken.
Is the chicken alive when they do that?
No. They got them already. So they blow the chicken's asshole out. So sometimes little pieces of shit
it's left behind
from these little massive explosions that are going on, and that's what gets you fucking sick. So back in the day, they used to butcher chicken properly, right? And like kosher and halal, all these things. Those were the original health departments.
Right.
So like the rabbi would be like, no. Don't eat anything with a split hoof. That's pork and shit. Don't eat oyster, anything with the shell on the outside. Because the health department back then said we couldn't control the disease in these animals.
Right.
So you can't eat none of that.
So it has nothing to do with God?
It has nothing to do with God. It was the original health department.
Wow. All right. You want to talk water? Somebody wants to talk about water.
Wow.
And you're contradicting yourself about fish there, Carl.
Okay.
Let me go to Chris in Texas. Chris, go ahead.
Hey, just wanted to say he was talking about what a great fish red snapper are, and they're not a cold water fish. So he's kind of
no red snapper. I'm Cuban. I like yellow. I love red snapper. Just because I grew up with it, but absolutely not. I'd rather have a halibut or something from cold water or a cod. You can't get them anymore.
Why is that?
Just less shit in them. What do you mean you can't get
bacteria in them? What do you mean you can't get cod anymore?
It's overfished, really bad.
So it's hard to find.
Really hard, really good stuff. Yeah,
I didn't.
Black cod is really
Carl,
good. Yeah.
Do you like saltwater speckled trout?
Saltwater what?
Speckled trout.
Speckled trout.
Speckled trout.
The speckled trouts. Not a lot of experience with it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's some really good warm water fish. I just thought that was kind of interesting that you.
As a chef, I like cold water fish. I love cold water fish just because it's more steaky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a thicker meat.
Yeah, and like sometimes I get freaked out. Like on the West Coast, a lot of times I get some swordfish or something. If there's someone caught somewhere, fucking, I'll have a worm the size of my fucking arm I could pull out with a tweezers.
In the fish?
Oh my God! You never saw that, man?
No.
Hey, Carl, one last.
You'd never eat swordfish again if you saw what you could pull out of that meat.
I love swordfish.
What happened, buddy?
Last question. What's your favorite saltwater fish?
My favorite is East Coast halibut by far. It's the fucking king of fish. What a beautiful fish.
It's I love a halibut.
It's like a giant flounder. You know what I mean? It's just so delicious.
Tony's had a
we
good
have big flounder down here also.
Yeah,
so.
I love.
All right, man. Y'all take care.
Take care,
buddy. I promised this guy water. Let's go. All right, Josh, go ahead. Connecticut.
Hey, what's up? I was just calling to see if the myth of New York water supports bagel production and pizza production. I live in Connecticut, and I know that people like to truck in New York water because that's what they're convinced makes the good pizza and the good bagels. Is that
affects
true?
the dough.
Right. So what happens is we have aqueduct water that comes all the way from upstate. Right. So what happens is, if you ever lived in a low-income place in New York, you know about the water's super hard. Like your faucets and sinks turn yellow, and they get all fucking discolored and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what makes awesome bread and bagels. It's the minerals in it, right? It's almost like a lake water. It's really, really good. As far as trucking
is it worth trucking it out?
Someone's trucking in bullshit because they make a machine that you could just. You could make the water.
Really?
Yeah, you could add this shit to the water.
Is that a new thing they just came out with?
Yeah, a couple years ago, they figured it out because trucking water is very, very expensive.
Yeah, I remember there was a place in L.A., a pizza place, they used to bring their water. That was the whole thing. They brought their water from New York to make the slices.
Were they really bringing the water in?
I know them cats.
Who's checking? Who's checking?
I'm giving those cats. I mean, that's the guy. He probably had 2 lobster tanks, too, at the same time.
I still drink water. I still drink water out of the tap.
It's the finest water, New York water.
I could tell the difference between that and the bottled water.
It has a flavor. It's like you ever have like I'm a bottled water fan, right? Like Volvic.
Oh yeah.
Fucking good water.
Yeah, that's good water. It's more watery than water.
Volvic is like a real luxury.
You drink out of the tap still?
I always drink out of the tap.
I have no
Definitely in New York.
with that.
Not outside of New York, I don't.
No.
Definitely in the Southwest, like well water.
It tastes like toothpaste.
Eggy. It's an eggy thing to it, too.
I'll test it, though, but you know right away that it's not worth drinking.
We used to go down to North Carolina. I used to be like, what the fuck is this sulfur y'all drinking?
What is this foot swamp water that I got?
All right, maybe one more, and then maybe we'll move on to other shit here today. Dan in Ohio. Dan, go ahead.
What's up, guys?
Hey. What's up?
Hey, years ago I used to I cooked at a Red Lobster back here, and the dishwasher was he was, you could say, retarded.
Okay.
And, you know how like the dish trays you dump the food in them, and you put the trays in, and you put the plates in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we look over the one day, he's eating the fucking food out of the garbage, and the one other cook goes, "Hey, Harry, we can make you something if you're hungry." And he looks at us, goes, "No, that's all right, guys. I'm okay. I got plenty of food here."
I mean, he may be an employee of the month.
we used to self-patrol that. We used to punish people that used to pick out the garbage.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because you don't want that, man.
It's a thing?
You could get fucking hepatitis.
I didn't know it was a thing. Like, employees do this?
Oh, my God, bro. Like, dishwashers and stuff, it's like hiring a crow. Like, that motherfucker will just... It's like having a talking crow, like, on top of the garbage. You're like, fucking shoo, you fucking...
Talk about...
So we used to make a mistake. Like, hey, here's a steak. And put Visine. Back in the day, you put little Visine, instant diarrhea. You put it shit. Lights out. And we teach them.
Why wouldn't you let them eat out of the garbage?
Because it looks fucking weird and
it's not
it fucking freaks everybody out. I mean, camera phone, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sitting there
all it takes.
And I got this talking crow just fucking going to town.
Do you know about the restaurants in New York that poison their garbage so the homeless people don't go through it?
I don't know about that, but that sounds like a great idea.
I've heard that over the years because they don't want the homeless hanging out outside their restaurant so the word gets out.
They pour bleach on it or something?
I don't know exactly. Maybe someone can help me out with the details.
It's got to be something smelly.
I don't think it's for that. I think it's to keep the rats.
Or maybe
because the rats will follow the
rats
grease.
Down.
That's what they do. The rats are so fucking smart.
I heard it's for homeless people.
They figure like when you bring the garbage out from the restaurant, I've seen the rats figure out where the trail of grease is going. They're like, I'm going to the main spot. I ain't fucking with this garbage.
They fucking eat anything. My brother's back in.
You talking about the rats or the homeless?
The dishwasher.
Like dishwasher.
He's just screaming at me. No, I had no idea. They fucking eat anything.
What?
God, I wish my brother was here.
He's shaking right now. He's
running. He goes, that is so common in all. I hope he doesn't mind I'm reading this shit. That is so common in all restaurants. Dishwashers eating out of garbages. They fucking eat anything.
Zombies, bro.
I had no idea.
I had no idea. That's a thing?
It's a craft industry. Cottage industry.
Why do you think that is? Because they're right there and looking at it?
Man.
They're fucking hungover and are starving. I'm telling you.
No, I think also if you're working in a kitchen, you're very aware of the garbage pail in general. So I think they're looking like that really didn't really hit anything yet.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think they're.
You know how many times I go there and I have like a dishwasher goatee and I'm like, I see a little mashed potato and like some butter. I'm like, bro, this guy's feasting now.
Feasting.
Who knew?
Like a crow, bro.
Aged steak. This is going well. We might as well continue for a little longer.
What?
Let's go to Jake in Iowa. Jake, go ahead.
Hey, how's it going today, guys?
Pretty good, man.
Opie, I gotta say, hey, before I start, man, seriously, the afternoon.
Sherrod shaking his head. He can't.
You're talking over my compliment.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't get many of these.
Fuck you, Ryan Seacrest.
Fuck you, Ryan. You couldn't make this shit up on the fly.
On the fly. That's a restaurant term.
You would have 3 prepared questions for whoever the fuck.
Yes, but the Khloe Kardashian.
Oh, Christ. Go ahead, Jake. Start with a compliment again. They're quiet now.
What? Hey, that's no problem. Anytime, Opie. So what do you think is the optimum days to age a steak? Because I got to say, I work in the meat industry, and a lot of people have the conception that the steak that they're getting from a store is fresh.
Oh, like a grocery store?
Wait, a steak?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Pretty much everything you're eating from a grocery store is aged between at least 30 days, if not 40.
All right. First of all, if we're talking steak, the older the better. You don't want fresh meat. You can't even fucking eat it. It tastes like shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Aged meat. The more expensive beef, the most expensive beefs in the world are aged, like 30, 40 days. Like, you know.
And how do they age them? Dry?
It's a dry age is the best. So you have 2. You have wet aging and dry aging. Wet aging, we call it space aging, where they put it in a cryovac with some fucking enzyme. It mimics what dry aging is.
Right.
Dry aging is like Peter Luger's, Wolfgang's here in the city, where that you eat the steak, you're like, wow, what's that nutty, chestnutty flavor? That's fucking heaven. And what you do is
so good.
You put a steak in a controlled environment. It usually has to be I'm not sure the humidity or whatever. And you age it for 40, 50 days. You lose about 30 to 40% of its volume. It starts to sweat.
Right.
You trim off all the black mold parts, and then you cut that steak, and it's the best fucking thing you ever ate. And if you want to do it at home, this dude who's created this box for like $250 called a steak ager. You put it in your refrigerator, it's Bluetooth, and it'll fucking age the steak. And you can have $300 steaks for nothing.
And it shows you on your phone?
What? That's how it's, The thing's called steak ager. It's fucking awesome.
I didn't hear anything after black mold.
Oh, yeah.
What? So
what happens is the decay of the meat releases these enzymes that make meat tender. So like when you go to Luger's, the beef they have hanging downstairs, by the time you eat it, it's probably 50 days old.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's half the size of when it was.
Wow.
Fucking
flavor like a motherfucker.
Everything.
Yes, yes, Jake.
No, I was just going to say, actually, I used to sell the company that actually sold 2 Lugers. I used to sell them coming from the Midwest here. The stuff that would go up there and hang up there at Hunts Point. So you guys are getting the best of the Midwest, guys.
Oh, yeah, best of Midwest.
Oh, I got to go to this story. Thanks, Jake. I heard Brother Wee's actually talking about this one. Up there in Rochester, we got Keith, and I heard about this. Go ahead, Keith.
Yeah, it was a place that I call on. I'm in food sales. So you go to all these restaurants, and some of the places, hey, do you want something to eat? You look around, you go, no, I'm good today. Dude, I walk into this place, and he's got raw chicken all over the cutting boards and the counters and stuff, and nasty, you know?
Right.
And then about 3 weeks later, he had the big Thanksgiving dinner. He's one of the old school proprietors you talk about, cheap bastard. He's got every nickel he ever made.
Right.
He was the waitress
communion money.
Make him take the sour cream off the table after 8 hours, and then put it back and just did a massive Thanksgiving dinner. Like 100 people got sick, and it was finally closed them down.
Yeah, this was a big story.
And they closed them down.
There's 80 to 100 people got sick on Thanksgiving at a restaurant.
And it's usually these old.
Can we find that story if I got Paul around?
Yeah, he coming.
I'll get the details.
Wait, and 80
Paul,
to 100
Rochester, 80 people got sick during Thanksgiving at a restaurant.
So, and that's the guy that you know. He met.
I know the chef. I sell some. I sell some of my products there. I sell Italian sausage and meatballs for Big Bontanini, And then my sales buddy goes, they all got sick on sausage stuffing. I'm like, F you, man.
Fucking
He tried to put it on him.
Fucking busting balls. Very nice.
This just happened this Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, man. Now that I'm not on in mornings, I'm listening to Brother Weeze online a lot more. And I
listen to Weeze every morning, man. He's an institution up here. Actually,
You got sick at Golden Ponds? Serves you right. Look at that fucking
Golden Ponds. Yeah, oh, my God. What a toilet. Holy shit.
I knew Carl would like that. I love it. You say toilet, you'll get Carl laughing.
Oh, God. It's just one of those things. And I got a nice product. You can't screw it up. Most of the stuff's already pre-cooked. So, are you familiar with Fonini?
What happened? No, we make our own sausage. I don't buy nothing from nothing like that. No.
From okay.
You all from scratch.
All right, guys, thank you so much. I'm digging the afternoon show, man. I'll tell you, it's got a lot of good energy.
Thanks, Keith. I appreciate that. I got good guys alongside me. The Monroe County Department of Public Health has closed the Golden Ponds Restaurant and Party House at 500 Long Pond Road in Greece. The restaurant was closed Friday after as many as 60 people reported being sick after eating at the restaurant on Thanksgiving Day. Wow. The hell they do wrong. Started getting calls about people experiencing severe diarrhea on Friday morning, while one or two calls about a given restaurant are not uncommon. When you start to get multiple calls, similar time of day, all with the same story, that pretty quickly leads up to thinking something might be going on.
I'm ready to solve the crime, Opie. I know exactly.
Department talked to 25 to 30 people. As many as 60 were reported being ill. That's the ones that reported it. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people saying
this is an easy one.
I'm not fucking telling anybody about my shit. I
can matlock this 2 seconds.
All right.
Thanksgiving. Okay.
Nobody works on fucking Thanksgiving. Okay. So they made this food 3 days before.
Oh, no.
Can you say you think this is what happened?
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Because you weren't exactly there, you don't know. I'm just... Right.
Allegedly, this is exactly what happened.
But something was made a couple days before, definitely.
Everything.
Potato salad.
Everything.
Left out.
Everything. They had pilgrim feet. Fucking By the time they got there, that place was a fucking science quiz. Those people didn't have a chance.
A petri dish.
Yeah.
That's awful. On Thanksgiving? Jesus.
Oh, crush those people. Serves them right.
All right,
Stay
here we
home.
go. My brother has
making people work on Thanksgiving.
My brother has a real question for you, Carl. Ask him about the growth hormone epidemic for chickens and what they are doing to get them to grow quicker. And then he said some rubber chicken. Do you know what he's talking about?
The hormones, you know what? Yeah. I mean, they make these chickens grow at an alarmingly quick rate.
And plus births. They make them give birth at alarming.
It's fucking crazy. But
because we can't wait around
we
for
consume
our
so much
chicken.
food.
22 million chickens a day?
But let's weigh it out, right? Like, my kids are the first kids that eat chicken instead of beef. Like, they like chicken. Right. They don't go for a hamburger. They go for a chicken sandwich or the chicken nugget, right? In the long run, chicken's healthier than fucking meat. You know what I mean? Yeah. For all intents and purposes. So, you know what? So what? The thing's got full of fucking steroids. My kids live in New Jersey next to a dry cleaner. They're going to go down sooner or later. You know what I mean? Some exhaust or chemical is going to take them out, give them cataracts, and fucking be dead by 50. It don't matter.
So they're fine with the chicken.
It's fine. I mean, it really is fucking scary how big these things are. Like, if you see how they grow, it doesn't even make any sense.
Like how they pump them up?
And the best is, you want to see something crazy?
I used to know the answer to this. How many days it takes to get a chicken full grown?
48 days.
48 days? But it used to take a lot longer, obviously.
Yeah, like 2 fucking years.
They could get it. Yeah, they could get it in 48 days.
The new chicken will fuck the old chicken.
Wait, go back to that picture. So in 1950, after 70 days, we're looking at a chicken that's maybe a third of the size of a chicken from 2008 that only took 48 days.
Yeah, that's a beast.
That's unbelievable.
Less that.
Because we can't wait around. We need our fucking chicken.
It's a marvelous animal now. Look at this thing. It's like Godzilla. Look at this fucking.
Look at that shit.
And they're violent.
Yeah.
Because all the steroids make them nuts. They're a bunch of like Jersey Guidos, these fucking chickens.
Oh, they beat their wives.
Oh, my God.
That chicken wife gonna get her ass whooped.
That chicken will light you up.
They eat each other.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they eat each other, no problem.
They eat each other?
Yes.
If you ever go to, I've gone to places where they process chickens. You want to see something crazy? The way they move the little chicks around, they keep them in like filing cabinets alive. Like it's so unnatural the way they keep chickens. I mean, I don't care. I'm dead inside. I don't care what the fuck you do to the chicken.
Filing cabinets.
I swear, like little boxes, like, oh, this chicken from this day, this chicken, and they're just alive in there, like in this little dark box.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
They don't get to it. It's crazy.
Some of these companies make believe, but it's all bullshit.
You can't fucking feed this many people for a nickel and think that this shit's not going to happen.
Right.
You know, like
as chickens, we run through them.
Oh my god, one KFC could fucking knock out a farm for a fucking year.
Definitely one in Brooklyn.
The one,
Harlem.
A Church's Chicken in Elizabeth, New Jersey
could knock down
a whole fucking chicken farm.
And as human beings, you go into the supermarket, you see cage free or free range, and you're like, oh, okay, these chickens were taken care. It's all horseshit.
Same chicken, they just make a door, and chickens don't like
go out.
Chickens don't like free range. If you ever see a free range chicken, they make the door. The one chicken looks out, says "fuck that," and he tells the other chickens they all sit inside the fucking box.
Or most of the chickens will never get to that opening.
Right, because so many in
but
there.
just because I guess they said if you could put a hole where they could possibly get outside, then you could call your product free range.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
And it turns out most of the chickens will never fucking go outside.
The chickens like this. We had a door
because we have fucking feelings. So then you're like, oh, okay, this chicken at least lived a halfway decent life.
And it's all lies.
It's all bullshit. And cage free is bullshit
beyond
too.
lies.
They're all just living on top of each other instead of in the cages.
You got to put them in a fucking cage. You know how far a chicken will leave? A chicken will walk. You go down in the country. Like you go to my friend's farm, and you're like 10 miles out, and there's that fucking chicken. It followed you, like, and it shows up 2 hours later.
And the cage, and the chickens that are in the cages, they're just stacked on top of each other. So the one is shitting.
Oh, they're definitely shitting on.
They're just
you
shitting
definitely
on
want to be in the top cage,
right?
That's why I stay away from all those documentaries on meat. Because I'm like, you know what,
dude,
I'm not going to stop.
I cannot watch that slaughterhouse shit anymore.
It's so
I did a
brutal.
couple, and I understand. I like a good steak. I like my chicken.
It's hard to watch.
I can't watch that shit.
I go to my
It's
buddy's. My
brutal.
buddy owns two of the last kill houses.
Do they still put the bolt through the air gun through the head?
Sometimes I go there when I'm having a rough day and I just start fucking whacking chickens with a fucking bloodbath I got going on.
So you don't give a fuck?
Not
at all.
even and nothing. I feel nothing.
I can snap a chicken's neck now. That's just the country in me.
Sometimes give me the fighty one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'll learn them.
Yeah, I'll learn them. You like pecking people in that cage, tough guy?
You're a bully.
I'm a bully.
Fucking chicken bully. God damn.
T-shirt.
Chicken was like, I ain't even talking to you.
Yeah, I didn't even know you were here. I can't see that far. I'm a chicken.
Which way's the door?
My pal Jerry Cooney just walked in.
Yes, indeed.
That's Carl Ruse to your right, also known as the Mad Cuban.
The Mad Cube.
He knows a lot of shit about restaurants. This guy's awesome.
He owns 4.
And Sherrod, of course.
Yeah.
Sherrod,
We
small.
go back like spinal cords.
Right.
How's your son? He's good?
My kids are doing great. It's all good. And boxing is great. What a great fight we had. We got great fights coming up all year.
Well,
It's trying to get hot again.
I got Bernard Hopkins coming in here tomorrow.
Are you lying?
And Oscar De La Hoya,
and Oscar
too, right?
De La Hoya.
I'm so back. I'm so
I
back.
swear to God, I'll be roaming in the hallways. I want to see. Are you kidding me?
They're both coming in tomorrow.
And it's really, really interesting. But these two guys
They're
got
fighting
into
each other?
They fought each other.
They fought each other
some
before.
years back.
How many years ago? I don't remember.
Obviously, De La Hoya moved up for Hopkins. Hopkins is a middleweight.
Right.
And he got his bell rung. He got cut with a body shot and went right out. It was really interesting how that happened. The two big guys in boxing, and then they formed a company together.
Yeah.
And they've been in the business together. And what's going on with those guys? But those guys are
Wait,
so
they're
celebrated.
pals and they're fighting each other?
Back then, no, not probably not back then, but they decided
Now
let's get in the fight game, let's straighten it out, let's make it good. And De La Hoya's motto was let's put on the best fights until he ran into Canelo Alvarez, and he was supposed to fight in the best fight. But somehow, when Triple G's name came up, he said, well, we got to marinate it some more,
right?
And so hopefully that fight's going to happen.
How old are these guys now?
40.
Bernard Hopkins.
No, listen. Bernard Hopkins is fighting in a couple of weeks against Joe Smith, and he's 52 years old.
Wow.
That's awesome.
He had the road he took to success.
Right.
It's the hardest road.
No, he's always been a great fighter. I mean,
Always
he
been a
was
great fighter.
Terrific until Roy Jones fought him for the middleweight championship and spanked him. He won every round. Roy Jones is back in the day. Roy Jones was a bad man.
Yeah, he was quick as
I'm
fuck.
not sure, but I think they fought again. But what two great guys. They formed a big company, and then Al Heyman came in. It's going to be fun to find out. You got to hear this. How did that affect those guys?
Right.
Because Heyman came and stole all the fighters from everybody.
Oh, really?
Signed everybody up.
Right.
I don't know
exclusive contracts.
how that was. I don't know how that worked out, but it wasn't good for the fight game.
Yeah.
In some degree, some ways they put boxing back on CBS, NBC, Spike TV, so that was great for the kids who don't have HBO and Showtime.
Right.
It's because it made boxing come alive again. You
That's
know?
why I loved it when it was on ABC Sports, man. Everybody had access to it. And that's why people love boxing back then.
Yeah, it was always on.
We had access to it every weekend. At least you had to
no
get
problem
fights.
until they went closed circuit for a while.
Yeah.
Remember when you had to go into a movie theater? I was too young for that shit, for real. But you had to go
it couldn't have
to
been
a
that
movie
much,
theater
bro.
for the
My
closed
fight was
circuit.
my fight was in a closed circuit, big boy.
You did closed circuit?
When I fought Holmes.
I didn't know.
They didn't have that in the house.
We did.
Wow.
I couldn't afford closed circuit growing up in Huntington.
Oh, so something's
He's
changed.
from my hometown.
There's
Jerry Cooney.
something he probably snuck into the movie theater too. I know.
Yeah, right in the back.
The park. That was in the drive-in movie theaters back in the day.
I don't think I saw the fight when it actually happened. I think I had to see it, down the road.
Well, in those days, you would, had other recreational things you were doing probably at the time.
We just didn't have the money to fucking bring all the kids to a closed circuit fight.
Yeah, how much they used to run?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
It wasn't that bad back then. That was 35 years ago, man. That was a long time ago.
But you got a bunch of kids. It adds up.
1 of 7, Jerry.
I'm 1 of 6.
Damn.
I'm 1 of 5.
A lot of fucking going on in Huntington.
That's right. That's what they started doing bowling alleys, bro.
This guy's the king of Huntington.
I know it.
That was a long time ago. Now I'm a Jersey boy.
Right.
And all's good. I'm watching Donald Trump and
Alec
Baldwin.
Baldwin, yeah. Where in Jersey are you?
I'm in the witness protection program. I can tell you, but I have to kill you. I'm in Westfield, New Jersey.
He's got a great restaurant over there. Chatham.
Oh, Chatham's beautiful over there. Tell me the name. I'm going to come have dinner with you.
Yes. You know my buddy, the golfing kid. What's his name? You shoot balls at his golf place. Fortunato, Jeff Fortunato.
Oh, sure. What a great guy.
Yeah.
He comes up by you?
Yeah, he comes and eats by
I'm
me.
going to come and take my wife and have dinner at your
All
place
the half gangsters are there.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good fella.
Yeah.
They help my kid out a lot over there.
You're going to love his restaurant, Jerry.
How did you guys get De La Hoya and Hopkins?
I was asked.
Wow.
We've had Hopkins on before.
He's a fascinating
He's a talker.
Great
I love
personality.
him.
Love.
I never met Oscar.
And De La Hoya is too.
Right, never met that guy. So it'll be fun tomorrow. I'm hoping you come by and help me out with
De La
the
Hoya
interview.
also rebounded. He had a great guy running this company who kind of left him, and he was stuck holding everything. He made a great comeback to be successful again. He's got Canelo Alvarez, the superstar in boxing right now.
Yeah.
I just don't know these guys in boxing.
I got to see you
Alvarez
ask
is
him
a
that
good
question.
boxer.
Huh?
I got to see you ask him the question. When is Canelo going to fight?
Right.
Triple G. That's the fight that people want to see.
That'd be an amazing
And
fight.
the funny part about it is that De La Hoya never wanted to marinate anything. He wanted to put the best fights on. All of a sudden, he's got Canelo Alvarez. I just don't think he's ready yet.
You can't marinate that shit. The UFC's telling everybody.
Well, listen,
These are the fights everybody wants to see. Get it done.
Floyd Mayweather did it for 6 years, and they made $150 million a piece.
But I mean,
is that crazy or what? And it was the most terrible fight I've ever watched. I would never watch a rematch.
Right.
No. But he makes the big money. People always watch the fights, though. They go in for it and then get disappointed at the end of it.
I think he's I think he's entertaining. I like him.
Who is?
I like how he avoids getting punched. He's a master at avoiding getting punched.
There's a guy. I think De La Hoya dropped him. Oh no, Shane Mosley dropped him.
Shane Mosley.
Okay. And then
Shane Mosley was awesome.
Yeah.
So tomorrow you have it in the studio. What
come
time?
on in and help me out,
2:30?
brother. I don't know the fight game as well as I
It's
used
a
to.
little intimidating having those two guys and have the door closed.
Nah, Bernard.
Well, that's what you got.
I
the security with you here, bro.
I loved when Bernard used to come through. We've had him on a bunch.
You know, he's hard.
It's been a couple
to get
years,
a hold of,
probably.
Too. He's been hard to get.
He's a talker, though. All I have to do is say hi, and that's it.
That's it.
He doesn't know how to end a sentence.
52. He's got a fight coming up.
He's got a big fight coming up with Joe Smith, who's a big banger.
Right.
And Hopkins has made it the end of his career fighting these green champions that don't have much experience and playing with them.
Right.
So that's what he's hoping in this fight. But I don't know. I spoke to Joe Smith, and there's people said they're going to use that jab and step off to the right, stay away from the front of him, and take care of Hopkins. Does Hopkins get to be 52, or is he going to be still young, be able to survive?
Yeah.
Kenny's got a question for you. Ask him if he knows anything about Vinny Paz and his movie that's coming out.
Oh, Vinny Paz was a great champion. He's a guy that broke his neck
Oh yes,
and came back to fight again.
Yeah.
I thought, this guy's
that's crazy.
You can only imagine. You break your arm.
Yeah.
When you get to be 55, your arm kills you.
Right.
When you break your neck, when you get to be 50, 55, if you get there, you got to be stiff. I mean, how do you keep that loose?
Right.
That was a big deal.
That was a big deal.
That's
That
a
movie's
big
out
man.
right now about that.
And that's got to play with your fucking head too. You can be paralyzed.
It was a
or
car
something.
accident that he got injured in, right?
I don't know what it was
I
like.
think it
but-
was a car accident.
I think
before
Sherrod's right.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be a great movie. Chuck Wepner's got a movie coming out called The Bleeder with Liam Shriver and Liam Shriver's ex-wife.
Oh, yeah.
Since they did that movie, I don't know if it was that movie that
Broke 'em
forced
up.
them to break up, but let's talk about food, bro.
we just did for an hour.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, we're talking so much food.
We're actually going to take a little break.
Good.
A little break.
I'm hoping to see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Yeah, I would love to have you in here. That'll really help me out.
And yeah, it's a great time in boxing right now. It's a great time.
All right, so tomorrow it's Bernard Hopkins, Oscar De La Hoya, and possibly Jerry Cooney.
And Carl in the hallway. Just
And Carl in the hallway.
Listen,
Making
selfies.
And let me just
if you
tell you
make the
something.
clams, you're.
And listen, there you go. And no talking about dressing up.
Why? That's
Oh,
fun.
about Oscar De La Hoya?
That's fun stuff.
Well, you asked the question, bro.
I was thinking of getting him a little Christmas gift.
Hey, I like that. I want to be here for that, bro.
Let's do it.
Oh, I would love that.
I just lift up a little bag.
Little negligee?
I didn't say that. Maybe it's a bottle of wine.
No, some Fredericks of Hollywood.
He's also De La Hoya's also got a nephew that's fighting. That's a very tough kid too.
Oh, yeah, I heard about him.
Tough
Yes.
fight.
What is he, like 20, 18?
I know. I mean, old? Yeah, he's a young kid.
Young kid, yeah.
All right, Jerry Cooney, we're going to
Listen.
take a break. If you want to stick around, you're more than welcome, but I got to hit some spots. Hopefully you'll come by tomorrow at the
I went to
very
a Knick
least.
game last night. What a game, bro.
I can't.
What a game. Took my daughter. It was out of this world.
Who we played?
We played Sacramento last night.
Okay. I went to that OKC game. It was a good
Nice.
game. Yeah.
Where'd you sit there?
Yeah.
Where'd you sit?
I sit right on the floor.
You got a lot of nerve, bro.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Remember one time I was there with you and Tracy Morgan?
That's right.
Yeah, there we go.
That's right. That's right.
Your
That's
son was
right.
there with you?
I just spoke to Tracy. I was wondering if he was going last night, but
Oh, yeah.
All right, listen. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right,
hopefully,
Jerry.
Good night, guys. Hey, bro.
Good to see you.
You know when to take yourself out of the conversation.
What?
Westbrook's averaging a triple-double this
Money.
year.
He had a triple. He was one assist shy of a triple-double in that game in the first half.
I know. We talked about that.
It was unreal.
Who the fuck's going to win the whole thing this year, you think?
The Sixers.
The Sixers. What do you think?
I'm trying to.
You think Cleveland's going to be
do it
able
again?
to repeat? It's tough
Either
to
Cleveland or
repeat.
Golden State. That's what the thoughts are.
Who would be the third team?
The Knicks, baby.
Come on.
Come on, you gotta believe.
Come on.
Hope you gotta
Come
believe.
on. Carl, what do you got, buddy?
What? I don't
Before
like
break.
I don't like basketball.
No, this is a plug time.
Oh, new place, Pop's Diner in Madison.
Is
We
that
opened in
that?
2 weeks.
Oh.
No, that's the seafood thing. The clams that I do.
Wow, that looks amazing.
Motherfucker.
How about you bring some in next time?
All you gotta do is ask.
I don't want to, though.
Why not?
I do.
I don't know.
What, you think I'm gonna get weird?
I think it's...
Who the fuck cares?
That shit look
All right.
I'd rather eat my clams than this shitty donut Roland brought me.
All right, next time, clams. How about that?
So what is that in there? That's bread in there with it?
I steam the bread inside the thing, so the bread is nice and steamed when you open the pot. Look at Sherrod is so happy.
That's my shit right
Yeah,
there.
it's the little details that make people love the food, man.
I never like it in white sauce. I think you would turn me on to clams and white sauce.
This isn't white. This is a seafood broth. It's a broth.
That's what I should have said. It.
Ain't no
Broth.
sauce in there.
I always got to go red. Sherrod, what do you got?
Sherrod's coming to Marie's.
I'm so coming to Marie's. Race was this week, Wednesday on SoundCloud, iTunes, and all that shit.
Nice.
And then, Fox New Year's Eve.
All right, I think we've got to talk about the kangaroo video next.
My favorite video of all.
I don't even know what it is.
Far.
You haven't seen the kangaroo vid?
This dude knocks his
Dio.
fucking wait.
All right,
Kangaroos are assholes too, by the way.
don't even tell him what the video
You
is
got
about. You got to see this.
He
fucking
gets
thing.
his due. That's all I'm
Oh,
saying.
the kangaroo does?
Yes.
Good.
You think it's
Kangaroo?
real?
You're trying to choke a dog, bro. They should be shot.
The
those
kangaroos, I mean, they like camels. They're the camels of Australia.
Yeah.
They'll spit in your face
You
and take
get
your
it.
girl.
You tell me if the video is real after the break.
All right.
Because some people are questioning it. They're like, it's too
I want
good.
it to be real. I don't care.
We all want it to be real. And the Mad Cuban are bonding outside the building right now. What's going on, Kenny?
I'm here, GH.
You're always here for me, Kenny.
Thank you.
Actually, you were on the road last week
Yeah, I took a little sabbatical.
on a special assignment.
Yeah.
You don't talk about your special assignment, do you?
No, you got to check out my social media maybe.
Why? What's going on your social media?
I don't know. But during that last segment, you had a lot of phone calls.
Yeah.
And I got on the phone and wished some fans a happy holidays.
you were working the phones?
No, Paul would answer the phone and go, "You want to talk to Kenny?"
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then I would get on and I would greet the caller and wish them a happy holidays.
Were they excited to hear from you?
Most were, yes.
I think that's like an app where you could have like a celebrity wish you a happy birthday or something.
It's like a paid service.
Is it a paid service?
Yeah, it's some call celebrities and.
What kind of celebrities you get though? I don't think you get the upper tier ones doing it. No.
No.
You get kind of like the B's or some C's. Where are we at? You don't get Obama. Stop. It says pick a celebrity. I'm going. Well, let's go to the. Wait, now I'm fascinated by this. You got Lou Ferrigno. But he's not going to be able to hear you.
He's got a speech impediment.
Well, yes, he does. Lou Ferrigno, what will Lou do for you? Available status. Hold on. Live calls and video greeting cards from Lou Ferrigno. Order live phone call for $19.95. Order video greeting card for $5. Why is the greeting card only $5? It's a generic.
It's probably not even personalized. You're not on it. They just probably send you a video greeting saying hi.
All right. Who else do we got? Larry Holmes, he does live calls. Dennis Haskins from Saved by the Bell. We're looking at these celebrity phone calls. You could have a celebrity like call you.
Right.
It was
the principal from Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. How much does that cost? $19.95, or a $5 video greeting card? Kenny, I'll check your social media. All right. I was going to ask you what the social media post was. I didn't need to talk about the celebrity thing.
No, it's all good.
What video do you want people to check out?
No, it's okay.
No, what? You got me talking about something I don't give a fuck about. These guys were out smoking. Kenny comes in
now, so carry on.
No, you guys were smoking, so I brought Kenny in. Help me out a little bit.
Just to say hello.
And then all of a sudden we're talking
you don't
about.
Need help, GH.
Then we're talking about celebrities that will call you. Who gives a fuck? But in there, Kenny's like, you got to check my social media page, but he won't tell me why.
That picture.
All gender restrooms. Wait a minute. I haven't seen one of these yet.
That's every club in Manhattan.
Anyone could use this restroom regardless of gender identity or expression. That's the way to go, but that means no urinals, right?
Is urinals in there?
Urinals in there. Yeah. Really? Do the women feel weird if they got guys standing and peeing?
Yeah, there's one of each.
I don't know.
How do they separate in the restaurants in New York?
Well, not in the restaurants, in the clubs.
In the clubs.
Like nightclubs.
Oh,
that's been happening in the clubs.
You can't, have men in women's bathroom when the dude got the coke.
Bro,
the girls going in the men's bathroom.
Whoever's got the 8-ball, that's the transgender bathroom.
Exactly.
Like busy as fuck in there. There's a mule in there.
What is the half dress thing?
That's a transformer.
But is that a joke?
No, that's the symbol for transgender.
No.
Wow, the half dress thing is weird, isn't it?
I would think people would be insulted by that.
What about the floating baby?
I have a problem with the floating baby too. But if you go to Club Soda Kenny on Twitter, all gender restroom, anyone could use this restroom, like I said, regardless of gender identity or expression. So then you got the symbol for woman, man, and then the transgender has half a dress on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
The transgender community is okay with that symbol?
With the half dress, half pant?
Because it looks like a boner popping out of a dress.
It does look like a boner.
Doesn't it?
It does.
I would think someone would have a problem with that.
Yeah, the Transformers are going to get pissed.
It's pretty funny.
The Transformers, you call them?
Transgender, I mean.
That's right. Optimus Prime is going to get pissed.
Optimus Prime is going to get pissed.
Is that what we needed to check out, or is there something else on
No, that's good enough.
What else is it?
Will you just fucking give it up?
Nothing.
He's got some video on here.
He obviously has something that he wants people to check out. What are we looking for? Do we keep going down? I'm visiting the City of Angels. Is that the post?
I lunch with Johnny Graham muffins.
Keep going. Kenny doesn't make anything easy. Excuse me.
Nuts.
Is it Amy going to be in the Barbie movie?
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's old news.
That's old news. So what are we looking for?
You're just looking. You're perusing.
Are we getting close? We got pictures of you taking pictures of clouds while you're flying.
Oh, gosh. We had an anniversary last week.
We talked about it. Yeah. 5 years, Patrice O'Neill.
Yeah.
Where are we looking?
Oh, you stay in the United Club when you go on when you fly?
Yes, I am a member of the presidential club.
I stand right by the glass door and watch people that can't get in. Just stare at them.
Well, that's the difference between
drink my martini, just shake my head.
Do something with your life.
Look, fucking kids got all Twinkies on, crying and shit. I'm just sitting there drinking a fucking sidecar.
But
sidecar. Remember the sidecar?
Philadelphia sidecar.
Yeah, I remember the sidecar. The Philly sidecar, right?
The Philly sidecar. I had a nightmare that day.
I laughed myself to sleep. Never heard that one before.
So good.
I would think somebody that down in Philly, I'm there all the time, would have told me about the Philly sidecar.
I could show you one video on my Facebook page, Club Soda.
Right. I think that's what you want us to do here.
Let's see it.
We don't have time to search out all your social media. What's on your Facebook page, Club Soda Kenny on Facebook?
There's one video about a chick.
About a chick.
Yeah, you'll like this.
All right, and I want to show Sherrod a video, actually. So this is good. We're getting somewhere now.
Down.
Okay.
Go down.
Is that
That's a good one, but I want to show you another one first.
That looks pretty
all
good.
Right. You do know this is radio, right?
Yeah, but they can go. Keep going.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I like it. And this is live act. This is like you taping
Watch this.
Well, I mean, we're on the radio, though.
I know, but
it looks good, though.
It's labeled, check out the posture.
It's a hot girl walking. She does something weird. Why is she? Oh,
Whoa,
no.
That's a crackhead.
Wait, you filmed that?
No.
Who filmed it?
I don't know.
Why is she shaped like
you're just reposting someone else's video?
Yeah, but look at that.
Christ, I thought it was something you did.
Check out the posture.
The posture is, how do you explain that?
Scoliosis?
Well, yeah, there you go.
They'll read.
What a weirdo.
Well, if you follow us on Twitter, Opie Show on Twitter.
On my Facebook, I take pictures of me driving equipment, giving people the middle finger.
Yeah, we'll tweet out that.
Her walk was kind of crackheadish, like she was over-exaggerating.
Crackheads turn into jellyfish. They could move, you could put them in a little box like Ocean's 11, like the little Chinese guy. You could put a crackhead in your pocket, properly cracked up.
Take it out when you're sad. Just tickle them.
Just as a tease, look at this one.
Whoa.
Did you film this?
No.
This could be anyone's Facebook page.
No, it's
I'm going to be that wall.
All right, nice split. She's doing a handstand and then a complete split against the wall. Yeah, we get it. She's very flexible.
My
very
wife could do that after her third box of wine right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, very impressive, Kenny.
She's not a safe space, this girl.
When people go to your Twitter and they see this, they'll be grateful.
Yeah, we'll tweet out the videos you can't see on the radio. This is a wonderful segment. I got to show Sherrod one video, though, and then we will move on.
Oh, yes.
I'm actually trying to do less videos on the new show.
Why?
Just because it's radio. They get pissed off and frustrated. But if you follow us, all the stuff we talk about is right there as we go along. So, Opie Show on Twitter. And Opie Radio is my personal one. All right, show Sherrod the kangaroo video. You really haven't seen this yet? Okay. Check this out.
The kangaroo is choking the dog.
Yes.
Oh! Stunned.
He punched him in the face. He's like, oh, shit, this motherfucker.
Well, the kangaroo is squaring off with the guy, and then he ran off. But he gave him a fucking shot.
Oh, he plugged him.
Yeah, the kangaroo got, it squared off with the guy after he let go of his dog that he had
Shut his lights off.
A headlock.
Look at that fucking...
You think this is real?
Yes, it's real.
Why do you think it's real?
Because the way he yelled at the dog after, the whole reaction from the guy tells me it's real.
This thing is like ridiculously viral. Man punches kangaroo in the face to save his dog.
Look at that kangaroo's like, what the fuck was that?
It's creepy that a kangaroo will put your dog in a headlock.
And choke the shit out of him.
Bro, you can't live down here. Everything fucking kills you in Australia.
They're trying to kill you.
Everything. The plants kill you. The fucking spiders look like they're from a movie.
Yeah.
I don't go there.
Have you been there?
No, I don't want to go
If you're Aborigine, the white people kill you.
I don't go to Australia. I went to Outback once in Parsippany, New Jersey.
That was enough?
Got a blue onion, went home.
That was it? I have one more food thing. And then,
that video was great though. That was real. That was real.
He punched the kangaroo in the face. You saw the kangaroo was like, "Fuck."
Right.
I met my match.
Yeah. The kangaroo was like, "Oh shit."
All right, my bad. I was just fucking with the dog a little bit, sir.
They hit back. I didn't know this was your dog.
That was your dog? I didn't know it was your dog.
Shit. I was gonna put it in my pocket.
I wanted a pet dog.
That was great. Look at that kangaroo diesel ass.
You got to see the video of the kangaroo punching on someone's window and shit, like just in the like just banging on this dude's window. It's fucking terrifying.
You gotta respect kangaroos. It's like this releasing motherfuckers who can box.
There it is, right there, right there.
This one,
the one in the window. Yeah.
Let me see this.
Look at this. How fucking scary.
If
you go home and this thing is like. It didn't understand, like the window had like a reflection.
Right. He thought it was
look
another kangaroo.
Look at this. Imagine you come into your house and this is what you see. Look at this fucking, it's terrifying.
It looks,
look at this.
It looks part human.
Yeah.
Just got a paw up against the window.
Don't you scratch my window.
Look at this. Watch this thing.
All right, we're watching.
Oh.
Now he's hitting the window to get the kangaroo to go. And now the kangaroo's getting pissed off.
Oh,
get the fuck out of here.
Fuck you, I'm out.
What?
Look at the muscles on it.
Oh,
so kick it.
He wants in.
Oh, that's like
yeah,
it's all roided out.
That's like a Jersey asshole waiting for you outside a bar.
They can levitate on their tail.
On their tail, yeah.
And kick you with those giant fucking cartoon feet and kill you.
Well, if they're still on their tail, I don't know if they're levitating, but.
Well, I didn't go to
what
school.
You were saying.
School was hard for me. That's why I make sandwiches.
One more thing about food.
Whoa!
Look at this thing.
Whoa!
That's scary, man. I didn't realize their paws, whatever, look like that. Did you?
Dude, they can grab you and shit. They're creepy.
Right.
Look how strong he looks. Oh, this motherfucker is drunk. You got a drunk asshole trying to get in your house.
You should have kangaroo fights.
They fight each other. They kill each other.
But I mean, like part of like UFC or something before the main card.
Oh, I'm sure.
Get a couple of those going.
I'm sure a UFC guy will fuck a kangaroo up pretty good.
Nelson McLeod on Twitter writes, "Fisherman. He's a fisherman from Boston. Carl. Huh?
Yeah.
Kangaroo street fight.
Kangaroo street fight.
Wild kangaroo street fight, Aussie style.
This is in the street. Like
7 million views. This has to be good. We'll tweet it out. Opie Show on Twitter.
Oh, come here, motherfucker.
It's a long video. Let me do this for you, Carl.
Yeah.
This guy's a fisherman in Boston.
Yeah.
He says the balls of worms we pull out of cod would make most people never eat again. You've heard this.
Yes, I've seen them.
What kind of worms?
Just bacteria,
like parasitic
parasites.
Those type of worms.
Yeah.
I thought worms are a type of worms.
And they're alive, man. They're alive. Like I take them out of fish, and they're still alive.
Where do you pull them out of?
I pull them out with tweezers before I serve it.
But how big is the ball of worms?
Look at these things.
Okay, no. No.
So what if you don't pull the worms out of the fish before you cook it?
Stop selling fish then, bro. Like, you got to know your shit.
But if you eat it...
Why do you think those sushi guys dress like fucking weird samurais? Because you got to know a lot of shit.
Right.
Listen to me. If you eat the fish with the worms in it, what does that do to you?
What happens to you?
Nothing, because the temperature, you cook the worm to death. You're just eating a dead worm.
So who's going to take the time to see if the fish
sometimes they
doesn't
get stuck in your teeth. You're like, what was that? And it's a worm.
Ah, you're right.
What about sushi, though? It's not cooked at all.
They pull them out.
Dude, I had the worst sushi
there
once.
You go. See, these little guys. Look at them.
I went to a 2-for-1 sushi joint, Carl.
Why don't do that, man?
It was way before I had money, and I loved sushi. And I got it was like 50% off, basically. And I got instantly sick, instantly. And then I had cats at the time. I brought the sushi home for the cats. I'm like, they might as well have it.
Right.
They wouldn't fucking touch it. That's when I knew. That's when I knew I was in trouble. That's when I knew I was in trouble.
Yeah, the cat ain't going for it.
I was sick for a few days.
That's how I know if something is like legit. Like a cat. My cat. I have I have one good cat and then a real shitty garbage cat.
Right.
And he's cross-eyed and his name is Chris Cross. Long fucking story. My wife's the worst with fucking pets. But
you're going to get along with my brother.
This thing's like an alley cat.
A lot of pets.
Does he?
He'll eat a Chips Ahoy, but he won't eat an Oreo. Like, he'll sniff. Like, an Oreo doesn't even smell like food to him. But a Chips Ahoy does. Just my little experiments. I put shit in front of him all the time.
Right. What's wrong with the Oreos?
Nothing. I'm just saying it doesn't pass the cat test.
I would take an Oreo over a Chip Ahoy.
But I don't think there's a lot of real shit in it.
Maybe it's the chocolate that he smells on the Chips Ahoy.
Maybe. I don't know what's going on. But he can hit a chip, but he won't hit the Oreo.
All right, here we go. Mayor de Blasio sending White House $35 million bill to cover cost of keeping Trump Tower secure.
Yeah, I heard about that.
See you later, de Blasio.
De Blasio is sending the Obama administration a $35 million bill for the cost of securing Trump Tower from the time President-elect Donald Trump won the race through January 20th, an average of over $400,000 a day. I heard it was up to $1 million a day to keep him.
$500,000.
Huh?
$500,000.
Now, is it just the cost of the government? Oh, that's his cost too. Because I know he still has his security.
Oh, I'm sure he's got his own security he's paying for as well. It covers
who's in charge there though, right? Like his security has to lean back, like his.
How about the people that live in that building? You know,
That's
they're being
brutal.
treated like shit.
Oh, but you see, I'm opposite. I'm so happy. I'm in the safest building in New York. That's how I think.
That's how you would think.
Oh,
you know.
Well,
I,
they go through your
dare
bag?
you to come do something shady in my building. I triple dare you.
I can't even sneak weed in there no more.
Yeah, you got to stock up.
Stinks.
De Blasio says he expects the city to be paid back for the huge cost of providing security for a new first family.
They'll pay.
It will be.
You think they'll pay?
Yeah, of course. What do you want? Not pay police officers? The government? No,
No, I mean New York is already paying everybody, but then
They gonna fit the
they
bill.
want to be
Yeah, they will.
reimbursed
I don't think-
for all the money they put
I
out.
don't think that's a problem.
I heard it was up to $1 million a day.
I mean, they shut it down.
I mean, they're saying $35 million right now. Well, but they said it's an average of 400. Yeah.
I saw one politician on TV saying he thinks that Trump should move his transition site somewhere else outside the city.
Well, now it's too late.
It's too late.
And I love that he's turning it into a reality show. It's like a red carpet of who's who.
They got a
being
hallway
seen in
cam.
the lobby.
Al Gore was there today.
He was talking to the kids, trying to knock some sense into the whole global warming thing.
Al Gore
Trump's not a fan.
Yeah, he was born rich.
Yeah, but he's like super rich with that global warming bullshit.
Oh, that's making him money?
You think it's bullshit?
Listen.
Oh, shit.
Here we go to Mad Cuban.
Let me tell you, I don't know
fucking
enough
go.
to talk about
I don't either.
global warming. So
I've seen a couple docs.
I mean,
and
I
I'm
know the
like,
people.
okay, it's real.
I know the people.
Leonardo,
that
I trust.
Right.
I know. Leonardo's also on a 300-foot yacht with butt-naked fucking Brazilians.
And
so.
private jets going to
he's,
fucking cans.
He's burning more fucking dinosaurs in the air with that G5 than all of us put together. But
it is a bit hypocritical.
all I know is I know a lot of people that are making a lot of money off. Like there's a saying in business, it's green makes green. Like all this environment shit and stuff. Some of it's so fucking scammy. Like I just don't. I can't.
Oh, I don't think everything's
shady.
on the up and up with that as well.
And I just
There's opportunists.
Someone explain this to me. All right, now we have all these regulations, right? We can't do this because of the environment and this and that. Who the fuck's patrolling China? They're nine times our size.
Yeah.
They're literally burning people in the fucking streets. Like, whoa.
Yeah, they are still burning a lot of coal and shit over there.
If you're ever in Beijing, they have days like you
but
can't
they're working
even
on that.
see from the
Oh yeah,
They are
man-made
working.
smog.
They are working on that though. I saw a thing on PBS the other day when they're trying to work on eliminating the smog.
They're way behind.
It's the coal burn. It's because they burn so much coal still, like we used
There's
to.
a lot of them, and they're fucking. There's no regulations.
But they also leading the world and the whole way on like fucking solar power and fucking wind power. So they got big, huge farms of fucking solar power plants.
But for the size of them, even how big they like,
Right.
you don't realize how small the United States is when you put it next to China.
Yeah,
we're like Florida.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it's imagine Florida's doing everything right, and then the whole rest of the country.
So
is
you're saying it's a waste of time because China's like
I'm just saying
it's
China's doing
abusing it so badly.
I'm saying we should have less regulations, but they should all be global.
No,
You know
they
what
are
I mean?
global.
Like
They are
one-
global. And China's also leading the way in this reusable solar power. Because the big problem with solar power is that you couldn't store it. So now they got this whole thing they built in China that they store in it's like 6 facilities. They store in the solar power on a whole bunch of batteries so you can reuse it later on. China got so many people. They have to.
They better because
it's like necessity is the fucking.
They got to slow the fuck down. Is what they got to do.
Yeah, they got to buy condoms or something.
Well, no, they got.
We
all
have more children. It's like they have more people, but we have more children each.
Yeah,
I mean, but
we have more children each.
Pull out. The motherfuckers can't even pull
but-
out of a driveway at this point.
Didn't they make a law you could only have one or something for a while? Is that still the case?
I think so. I think you get like tax breaks or something if you have one child.
Is that why all the private schools in New York have Asian kids?
And that's why they
just all the extra ones.
Maybe. I mean, when they have the girls, that's why the girls get treated so badly. Because if you have one and it's not a boy, you ship them off.
Ship them off.
2-child policy now.
2-child.
Oh, they went up to 2.
Oh, splurge.
Yeah, they're splurging all right.
But like an octomom in China, they would string that bitch up.
You believe in global warming, right?
Yeah, I believe that.
All I know is my feet used to be a lot colder when I was growing up.
Your feet?
Yeah, that's how I know that things have changed. I used to have cold fucking toes.
I'm not saying
in
things
the
are
winter.
changing.
Now, I mean, maybe one day in the winter, I feel really cold.
It could be your body too, Opie.
Remember growing up, your toes were always fucking freezing, no matter what you wore.
I looked at all the data that I could understand.
Yeah,
and it looks like I'm going to be fine.
Well, you're going to be fine.
Yeah, but your kids and all that.
You know what?
Fuck
they got
'em.
their own fucking problems.
You're right.
Yeah.
They'll have the technology to deal with it.
Yes.
Right now, looks like I'm going to buy a giant diesel truck. I don't care.
I was laughing out loud last week. They said like big cities will be underwater. New York will never be underwater. There's too much money coming into this fucking
There's
place.
a lot coming in, but everything
New
happens.
Yorkers will stop the ocean.
They'll figure that shit out.
Like
as it's
Amsterdam
happening.
did. Like Amsterdam
Right.
did with that northern fucking sea. They kept that whole northern sea back.
It's the poor places they let just go to shit, and they're already doing reports on that, showing these towns just completely going away because the water's rising.
Yeah.
But if those places had money, they wouldn't fucking be going away. They'd figure it out. So Manhattan's never going to be underwater.
Yeah, I'm good, so I'm fine.
We might be in a globe, a dome, or some shit though.
Fuck it. Go eat a restaurant.
CNN apologizes for producer's joke about a Trump plane crash. I saw this video last week. I thought it was no big fucking deal, but now it's becoming a bigger deal.
What happened?
And they had a live mic, and they were waiting for Trump's plane, and one of the producers said, the producer said, if I do this, it means he's landed. She's off camera. You don't really see. And then she goes, that means his plane's crashed? No, I'm kidding.
That's no big deal.
Yeah, but it's still shut your fucking mouth.
But it was a live, somebody grabbed the feed. It wasn't
If somebody would have said that about Obama, they would have lost it.
But they grabbed the feed. It wasn't even on CNN. You know what I mean? Somebody else grabbed it and then made it a thing.
Okay.
Everybody at CNN at that moment wanted Trump's plane to crash. I mean, come on.
You can't say it.
You saw when he won the election, people were like,
they were disappointed.
Didn't know what to say.
It felt so good. Thought you knew and you didn't know.
All these smarty pants that didn't grow.
All your polls and you didn't know.
Right.
Dude, it was like I'm watching. It didn't even make sense.
Oh, you got the video. I thought they got rid of most of the copies. Here, listen to this. It's not that big of a deal.
Good. Well, if I do this, it means he's landed. Okay. That means his plane's crashed. No.
I like that. Wow, see, the newscaster made a face.
Yeah, she's like, what are you doing?
Oh, like, stupid ass. Don't you know?
What are you doing?
Yeah, what kind of joke is that?
You think Trump needs a thicker skin? Tweeting about SNL, making fun of him?
Why not? This is the most entertaining thing. I mean, he might as well listen.
He can't help
Let him
himself.
be funny at least. I mean, what the fuck?
He was a host on SNL only a year ago,
right? Yeah.
But he was on recently. Just tried watching Saturday Night Live, unwatchable, total biased, not funny, and the Baldwin impersonation just can't get any worse. Sad. And then Baldwin writes, because Baldwin, he'll play with you.
Yeah.
He
goes in.
He'll play. So he goes, release your tax returns and I'll stop.
Ooh.
He tweeted that 4 minutes after the show wrapped at 12:34 a.m.
Everybody just has to chill out. Like, there's a cooking show like Top Chef.
Yeah.
Right? They it's hard. It's the scandal. They're trying to stop it, but they did an elimination challenge at a southern plantation with all the chefs, and they eliminated the black guy.
Oh no, they did not.
Yeah, they did.
Did they eliminate him by cutting off his foot?
And it's like NBC and shit, so you should see like they just keep trying to tank whatever the fuck went down. But like I follow one of the chefs because he's really talented, Tom Colicchio on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
and you could just see him just like fighting it off. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because he's an ultra liberal dude, and he's just trying to fight off because they're coming for him. Like you eliminate the black chef at a southern plantation. Oh God.
That's just
the plantation people was like, you should eliminate him before you brought that nigga on here.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
God.
You just got to be careful out there. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Dumb people.
Yeah. Audience accidentally applauds dancers On stage death?
What?
I heard about this. I haven't seen the video yet. What happened there, Paulie?
He suffered a cardiac arrest and died on stage.
And why did the crowd applaud? They thought it was part of the show?
Yeah.
Really? Let me see this. Is it quick?
And we all agree that it's not.
Oh, it's in fucking Narnia or whatever.
This guy?
Well, he looks like the one with a raised heart rate.
He like he's about to go down right here.
Yep, that's it.
Wow.
What? Speechless. Sorry about that. Oh, he's fucking dead. He's not moving. He's
He
done.
died on stage.
Wow. No, but it looks like he died instantly.
Yeah, massive heart.
He was dancing and then he goes down like a tree.
You see him losing it right
Yeah,
there.
right there. He got the little step.
And then right there, that's not a step. And then
bam!
boom, slammed his head.
And he's pretty much dead before he hits the ground.
Yeah. See you later, cuz.
And it
How
looks like
embarrassing is it to die dressed in that?
Oh, that shit
Mother's
was in
Day
Chechnya.
concert.
It looks like it could have easily been part of the show too.
A
right?
Mother's Day concert in
Putin did it.
Chechnya.
A Mother's Day concert. Man. Ouch. We'll tweet that out. Opie Show on Twitter.
His mother was in the
Follow
front
us.
row too, did you?
Oh, look, Fidel's funeral glitch. Told you.
Now it's everywhere. I saw it first from Carl, the mad Cuban.
Yo, the Cubans in Miami were like, yo, the truck broke down.
That made you very happy, huh?
Oh, I wish
I
you
know
could
you did.
come back to life so you could die again.
Yeah. Now I'm hearing Sirius XM might buy Pandora. That's a story today.
Oh, really?
Kanye's out of the hospital, but not living with Kim. What's that about?
He's got a chance now.
What's that about?
What do you mean they're not together? But he's not staying in the house with
I
her
guess they're trying to get his meds right and stuff and think he just needs to be by himself for a little bit.
before he kills somebody.
Maybe
He's a
before he
tortured
joins
talent,
that-
man. He's really, I mean, I think he's probably one of the best rappers ever.
you
Best
like,
music.
you like Kanye?
I love Kanye.
He's great. He's a talented dude.
He's unbelievable.
He's all right.
But you know, look at Eric. Don't like it. No, Kanye got some hits.
No, you
man.
got hit songs where he's barely saying anything and everyone else is doing the work. Where he's just going, okay, yeah.
Doesn't matter. He makes good
Timbaland.
music. He makes good music.
He makes good. He had College Dropout. He produced a lot of hits.
When he did stuff. Yeah.
But Eric, if you went by that limit, then Elvis should have never even been famous. He's got some songs with one fucking word. That don't matter.
Yeah,
So
white
let's all
people get
put it
funny about
together.
Elvis. They get
Yeah,
funny
right?
about
They
Elvis.
get-
Boy. They get, look how everybody got quiet in here.
You saw that?
The whole room got quiet.
You're saying Kanye came up with the whole thing. It doesn't matter if he's actually
because he's
performing
a
on that song.
producer and whatever. I mean,
Right.
his beats and everything were something completely different than what everyone else was doing when
Yeah.
it came out.
He led the way. He led the way in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So he's out of the hospital, and he's living in a separate household from Kim Kardashian.
Oh, lucky bastard.
Are we doing Kardashian news?
Yeah. We're slipping into
Are
it.
we really?
Ryan Seacrest.
Kanye isn't at home with Kim and the kids.
That's how Ryan got that paper.
Yeah, baby. You want that 20 mil?
All right,
that 20 mil. Let's talk about Kimmy K.
We'll give it a try.
Let's give it a shot.
All right. Got Kardashian news. It's going to be a feature every day.
Give me that money.
He is instead receiving outpatient care elsewhere with the medical team. Kim still seems concerned, but is supportive. The fuck? What do you think his deal is?
His mental breakdown.
But I mean, you think he's got has to take pills to keep everything under control?
Yeah. His mother's like the time of the year when his mother passed and all that shit is going on. He's been traveling and touring.
Listen to his lyrics, man.
Jay-Z won't call him back.
Listen to his lyrics. He's been telling you he's about to go crazy for years.
Yeah, he gives a heads up. Thank you.
He was giving you the heads
He gives
up.
us a heads up.
Ozzy did the same thing. Crazy train and all. He was
Different,
going
though.
crazy.
Kanye's crazy for real.
Family sources believe West's meltdown was caused by mistaking his medications. A source told TMZ he began taking his meds erratically following his wife's highly publicized armed robbery in Paris. Doctors were able to stabilize him during his 8-day stint in the hospital. Meanwhile, keeping up with the Kardashians, executive producer Ryan Seacrest.
Here we go.
Fuck!
Here it is. White on white crime right now.
haunting me. Confirmed to people that filming hasn't halted for the reality TV program now in its 13th season. There was a brief pause in filming following the robbery. How hard is it to continue filming that show? They're just on their stupid phones the whole time.
So much money.
13th season.
Said Seacrest, I've spoken to Kim. I've not.
He's on the end.
Uh-oh.
What did Rai
Why
say?
the fuck would Kim Kardashian never take a text message from Ryan Seacrest?
Opie's going to go Kanye.
I've spoken to Kim. I've not spoken to Kanye, but I think that things are getting are going better now. Whatever.
Ryan's right in the mix.
The fuck?
He's in the mix.
He's in the mix.
Yeah.
With that boatload of money showing up in front of that house every day. Fucking $300 million.
He got the hair of a fucking weatherman.
$300 million. I'd go tase my fucking neighbors and shit and be like, I'm out of here, you piece of shit.
How does that other dude from American Idol feel who left? Remember that dude? Duncan?
Yeah. He used to have two.
Yeah.
People forgot that.
Duncan, what was his name? The other host of American Idol? The motherfucker who left the first season?
I know.
Nobody knows.
No one knows his name.
He's like Andrew Wrigley from Wham.
But here's the question: why did he leave?
He said he wasn't. It wasn't his thing.
Was he fired, or did he say?
No, he left.
What an idiot!
Brian Dunkelman.
Dunkelman, yeah.
Well, why did he leave? Did they ever give a reason?
He just said it wasn't for him. He didn't like the show, but it's for him. And
well, that's stupid.
Dumb.
He was the co-host with Ryan Seacrest back in the day.
Oh,
what is he doing now?
Nothing.
Not making those millions of dollars.
Fucking crying.
He's chubbing up.
He's in the hospital next to Kanye.
Word up, Barry.
You know what's going on with Cam Newton?
What?
He was suspended. Do you know the story, though?
After the game last night?
Suspended.
Because he didn't wear a tie on a plane or some shit?
Not suspended. Benched.
For not wearing a tie?
That's what they're saying, but do you know anything about
No,
this?
I didn't hear about that.
Cam
What did he
Newton,
play last night?
He was benched because he didn't wear a tie, but not everyone believes that.
Oh,
is he having a shitty year?
Yeah. Well, the team is. Not the team is.
The Panthers and their MVP quarterback both said Sunday that Newton was benched to start the game against the Seahawks because he didn't wear a necktie on the team flight. They wouldn't do that.
He got on a turtleneck.
Get the fuck out of here. I didn't follow dress code, and coach told me I wasn't going to start. I stand by his decision. That's just so fucking stupid.
It's like, what are they, children?
That is just dumb.
It's dumb.
Let them wear
slapped
whatever
somebody
the
in
fuck
face
they
on that
want.
plane.
It's dumb.
Most of these guys look out of place with their suits and ties.
It's just control. They want control over them.
You gotta. Who's the guy that dresses a little?
Durant and Westbrook.
Westbrook.
That's
is
in the
a little-
basketball.
Westbrook's a little weird. And what's his name on the Cavaliers walks around with clutches. Fucking
Clutches.
Not Shumpert.
Yes, he does. Look him up. I wouldn't say it to his face.
That is too funny. He got a little purse.
I don't give a fuck what these guys wear on the way to the arena.
Yeah, but remember at one point in the 90s, they were going to do a whole bunch of gold chains and all that, and the league wanted to get away from that.
So they were changing their image. I get it. But I mean, come on. Now it's getting stupid to make these guys wear suits and ties.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like they're going to the office.
Like the All-Americans in college.
Yeah, they worked hard, so they don't have to wear a suit and tie.
Yeah, you don't professionally wear shorts all day, so you can wear a suit and tie.
Right. It's kind of dumb. But Newton wore a turtleneck and an overcoat along with his signature hat on the trip. He said that he was given a few chances to avoid punishment. He was offered a number of ties to wear, but said, "I can't wear a tie with this," referring to his ensemble.
The turtleneck? Yeah, you can't.
Right.
If you wear a tie with a turtleneck, you look like a fucking 8-year-old who got dressed by himself.
Well,
don't you think
there has to be some animosity going on for
something's
that?
going on because he's still
not winning.
He still looks very good. When the team go, all right, look.
I mean, look at that
please
jacket.
Next time, try
that
to
jacket
have a
costs
tie.
more than a Toyota Camry,
right?
At least.
If they only had one loss or no losses, nobody would give a fuck about this at all.
He wouldn't have to. He'd wear a tie around his head. It wouldn't matter what the fuck he did. There's something going on.
All right, ESPN's Kevin Seifert tweeted that benching like this for a one-time dress code violation would be an exceptionally rare discipline for an NFL player.
Definitely a star.
He added that it strayed from the NFL's policy of having teams notify media of changes to the starting lineup prior to kickoff. So something else is obviously going on.
But I've seen other players not wear ties, just have like a button-down shirt and a jacket.
Right. Yeah. There he is getting off the bus.
There's a turtleneck and a hat. So what is he, just like a magician? Let him motherfucker roll.
It's just like Black Zorro.
Why is the guy...
A fucking magician. That's like what I was talking to the other day about the bike people in Jersey. You said he's just like a fucking Power Ranger. That was fucking awesome.
shit.
How about Kaepernick? He took a shit all over the fucking field, huh?
That team sucks, though.
Wow.
That team is... you got no
Some of the
offensive
guys,
line.
I love when
the guys that know football, though, say that everyone had just figured his shit out. That's all.
But it's the whole team is playing sucky.
He was looking.
He was looking bad.
Crazy. You know what I love about when he messes up is the rants from Stephen A. Smith. I could listen to him all
day.
fucking day.
Yeah.
When Stephen A. Smith goes nuts. When he goes nuts on Kaepernick, it's unbelievable.
Kaepernick's going to be a Jet before we know it. Get ready for that.
Of course.
You know he is.
Please don't do it.
We do it every fucking time.
He's so going to be a Jet. I think he'll be all right there.
Of course. Oh, yeah, really? We've said that a million times over the years with everybody else we brought in.
He'll be better than
way
Tebow.
past their prime and all that shit.
Look at this. It's like...
He got Jets written all over him.
Oh, look at this murder scene. Oh.
What's up?
Watching a kid fall off a bicycle over and over. Look at, oh,
boy.
Ugh.
You a Giants fan, Carl? Who are you like?
Let me tell you something. I was a Giants fan, but my buddy, he gets the seats for the Commissioners Club for the Jets games.
Yeah,
so now I'm a Jet fan.
Just because of that?
Because they have fucking all-you-can-eat shrimp cocktail. And I just sit there and I sat by the little window, like on our thing, and I just look at the people like be cold and stuff. And I just sit there and eat. I sit literally outside with a plate of cold cuts.
I was
and a hot toddy. Yeah, and I'm just like, fuck you.
I was in that spot once. It's amazing.
When the game was
they just
wrapping
keep
up,
bringing food.
Yeah.
It's
when the game was wrapping up, I started getting depressed because I realized I can't go there without them.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, wow, man, like
this is it.
I can't go to a normal game now. I'll be pissed. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what's sick about that section? They also give you seats like in the first row.
Yes. Whatever you want.
So you're like,
and 30% off at the gift shop
because it's such a cool room with it's like almost like an open bar
with the fireplace.
Yeah. Do you pay for drinks? I don't even remember anymore.
I don't pay for anything.
Yeah, I don't think you pay for drinks.
They carried me around like a little injured prince.
It's a huge bar. It's they're bringing out a carving station and desserts and anything you can imagine to eat. And then there's like a loungy area where you're just kind of looking. Yeah, there's the picture, looking over the field and checking it out. And then they hand you tickets like, we got tickets for you too. And then you go down to your seats and you're like, well, fuck this. Let's go back up to where the food and the drinks are.
I sat by the fireplace.
Yeah.
That
room is sick.
Oh, come on.
The room is sick.
It's ridiculous.
So, I get the Jet one, so I'm a Jet fan.
That's all it takes.
Just from that.
Come on.
Shrimp cocktail.
Shrimp cocktail. I'll cheer for anybody you want.
A nice buffet, and you'll change your allegiance.
The buffet was lights out. I mean, it was delicious.
Yeah.
I ate about 100 Skittles, and I was going through them, like taking the colors I wanted. No one even said a fucking word.
Wow. You
know?
Look at you living the life.
Like, even one guy just winked at me, like, the yellow ones are the best, and gave me like the little wink, like, go ahead there. I loved it there.
All right.
Go Jets.
Go
Kaepernick will be there soon.
Huh?
Kaepernick will be there soon.
I think you might be right about that.
I'm telling you.
If they do the lamb ribs, I'll fucking cheer for him too. They made these lamb ribs. They're like, I'm telling you, they have a guest chef like every
game.
Every game. It's incredible.
Wonderful. Got a sexy story.
All right, let's do it.
Landlord busted for using tenant's home as personal sex pad.
That's nothing wrong with that.
But like when they left, she went in their house?
Yes. Landlord facing criminal charges after he was caught on video using a tenant's bedroom to have sex.
What?
Logan Pierce got the shock of his life at work the other day when he got an alert on his cell phone from one of the security cameras in his apartment at Skyway Condominiums. I opened up the camera and kind of had to like quit the program and like restart it again because I didn't really believe what I saw. That's how it was written. Yeah. Pierce told the station, I guess the first thing that went through my mind was like complete and utter disbelief. Police identified the landlord as Carlos Giada.
One of my boys.
He must be married.
A warrant was issued for his arrest on felony criminal trespassing and misdemeanor obscenity charges.
What a sick bastard.
He's in trouble, man.
I'm sure he's married upstairs, so he can't take a bitch to his motherfucker. Can't take a bitch to his apartment.
He's like triple married.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you having sex in your tenant's house? He's right to some crazy Puerto Rican. He's dead.
What do you got, Paulie? You're pointing to the screen. This is
the news story.
On the thing?
Yeah.
You Got a pregnant anchor woman at the desk. All right, I love watching local news. It's one of my favorite things, Carl, so bear with me. Push play.
Tonight, a landlord is facing felony charges.
And it's what he was caught on camera doing in a couple's bedroom that has them so upset. In this 11-month action investigation, only 11
That's not real. That's not real.
They
That's a
don't
skit.
talk like humans.
That's a skit, right?
Yeah.
No,
Did you see that guy's Joseph A. Banks bullshit suit? And she's wearing that Mandy's garbage bag?
But why can't
How poor are these people?
Why
What is
can't they
this?
go 3, 2, 1, and then you just act like you usually act?
Yeah, they
Why
turn
is
into
your
kindergarten
voice
teachers.
your voice different?
and shit? Fucking creep show.
It's so stupid.
Local news.
All right, push play.
Tonight, a landlord is facing felony charges.
And it's what he was caught on camera doing in a couple's bedroom that has them so upset. In this 11-month action investigation, only 11 News reporter
I hate those two people.
Police say Carlos Quijada used a tenant's bed to have sex, and the people who live there have the video to prove it. It was an alert from his phone that led Logan Pierce to a startling discovery.
Is that how it went down? And you see her disgust? Relax.
People are very upset.
Notification from one of the cameras on lunch the other day that it detected noise, and it was strange because both of us work all day, every day.
One of those cameras is set up in the bedroom of his apartment at Skyway Condominiums in Colorado Springs.
I opened up the camera and kind of had to quit the program and restart it again because I didn't really believe what I saw.
We have to stop the footage here because the rest is too graphic.
You don't have to stop it right there.
This is the only part everyone wants to see.
Right.
They don't want to listen to your horse shit. Obviously, you can't show it on TV. Well, I think you could with some blurring and stuff, right? I was talking to someone recently about security cameras in the home.
Yeah.
No.
Don't
bueno.
do it. Don't do it.
No bueno.
Why? My wife was like, we should get cameras. I'm like, nope, because one day I'm going to get a little weird, and then I go to jail.
They said if you could see it, the company that installed them, if you have bad employees, could do some fishing around.
Yeah.
No
ever do it.
bueno.
Just let whatever happens in your house happen.
Why do they have a fucking camera in their bedroom?
Why do you think Walmart doesn't have any cameras in their parking lot? They don't want to be fucking busted for all the nonsense that goes on there.
Wait, so you can't? Yeah. You can get cameras yourself though, and not run it through like a network or some shit.
Yeah, but then what good is it?
Look, I mean,
still send it to your phone. He would still get alerted.
If it gets to your phone, they can get to it.
Look, there's companies that are on the up and up and, do the right thing, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Never
I didn't even think
know.
about that.
Don't do it. If you're shady, don't do it.
And why did this couple have a camera in their bedroom? What the fuck's going on in their marriage?
They knew this was going on.
They looked like the dude did it before.
Oh, maybe they were like, okay,
The neighbor said,
something's going on.
Larry's been going in your apartment. That's why they did. No one has a camera with that angle. Come on, guys.
Larry's trying to fix his plumbing.
Yeah, the fix is in.
You should at least get free rent, right?
I wouldn't have busted the guy. I would be like, I live here for free now, or you go to jail.
All right, this was fun, guys.
Yeah.
Change my sheets.
We're done. The music started. What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't even be knowing.
Sherrod Small, take care of that voice.
Indeed.
Take the fancy lube home with you.
Oh,
From
all right.
Christine Stone's friend.
I'll give it a good home.
Give it a go. What are you promoting there, buddy?
We got Race Wars this week.
Yeah.
iTunes, SoundCloud, and Patreon.com/Race Wars.
All right.
Subscribe now. Don't wait.
Carl Ruse, a.k.a. the Mad Cuban. It's Carl Ruse on Twitter, by the way.
Yes.
You should change it to the Mad Cuban or something.
I should, right?
Yeah.
I'll do that. How do you do that?
Oh, it's too late now. As soon as I said it on the air, now someone else has it.
Yeah.
It's too late. Go ahead.
Marie's Italian Specialties in Chatham. Come and eat where I make Sherrod's favorite dish, the clams, linguine.
Yes.
We should name
Hopefully
it
he'll
Sherrod.
come soon.
I'm so coming. You sound like my girlfriend.
I'm going to teach him how to marinate fried chicken and sour cream and make the best fried chicken in the world.
Please?
And you'll be set.
I told my wife we got to get down there.
You gotta.
And she also...
Your wife is so nice, too.
She's awesome. She texted me. She said, yeah, don't worry. I didn't notice your eye looked like an asshole all weekend.
Pick us up on
She's
Food
a
Court.
treat. Roland's Food Court, quick.
Roland's Food Court on SoundCloud. Listen to me talk and Roland mumble incomprehensibly.
Listen, for a few minutes, we're going to go do some Facebook Live. So go to my Facebook. It'll start in like a minute. Opie Radio fans on Facebook. We are out. Thank you, Sherrod. And thank you to the Mad Cuban. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.